Straight to mid-off. What a simple catch. 𝗲𝗏𝗂𝐴 celebrates. 𝗬𝗧-𝗦𝗃𝗂𝗃 with the catch. 38 for 2.
Yeah, the partnership broken, looking dangerous. The partnership ends 28 of 23. And it's 𝗲𝗏𝗂𝒃 who's picked up a wicket in his very first over. Nice bit of flight there. He beats him in the flight. And in the end, it's a soft dismissal. It's just a gentle chip straight to the fielder in the covers. Lovely start from 𝗲𝗏𝗂𝒃. He now joins the leading wicket taker Ali Sheikh with 11 wickets in the bag. Kingsmen lose another one. It's 38 for 2.
Very, very good delivery. And you mentioned the ball is turning away. Wanted him to play with the turn, but not able to keep it down. And he just completely chipped it right to the Namibian captain, 𝗬𝗧 at cover. 2 wickets down now. That is the end of Ahmad Alam. 11 from 9 with a 4 and a 6. Milan Kumar is 15 from 14. And he's now joined at the wickets by Saad Ali. Now, the issue is Saad Ali is a left-handed batter. So as a left-handed batter, the ball would be turning into him as opposed to away from him. So 𝗲𝗏𝗂𝒃 will find it slightly more challenging to bowl to Saad Ali. But this is a good over and a good change by the captain.
Yeah, if you bring in a bowler and he picks up a wicket in his very first over, then it is a brilliant from the skipper. That was expected, wasn't it, Brian? Because you see the pace bowlers were giving away runs. So you got to try and bring your best spinner. And they brought in, and now he's got a success in his very first over. But he needs to bowl well here.
It's off the mark immediately. Saad Ali with a single. Another spinner who is very wily. 𝗬𝗧, the one who took that catch. And so you have options as a bowling unit. Great bowlers, great pace bowlers, great spinners. I think you're in for a really mouth-watering contest here. A lot of options for Captain 𝗃𝗄𝗃 Gomel as he goes through the process of navigating how to bowl to this Kingsman side. Now the single this time. Milan Kumar can typically play within himself, and he can be the one to push the ball around and pick singles up. Of course, you've seen him a bit with the ability to hit big if he needs to.
Yeah, from his side, he's the leading run scorer, Milan Kumar, 128 runs. He struck 12 fours and 6 sixes, a strike rate of almost 130. And he's got a bit of a start here. So he's going to move to 16 of 15. He's at the non-striker end. So important that he continues to bat through. After 5, it's 40 for 2.
Got off to a very good start. You cannot expect this final to go in one flow because both the teams are the form team with the best combinations, and the 2 best teams of the tournament are here for this championship match. You expect the trick to go one way. You can expect plenty of fight backs and plenty of recoveries. They'll be going hard at each other for the 40-over duration of this game. Good morning, good afternoon, Lenny Achipar.
Thank you, shorturl. Second spinner we've seen. Erasmus comes in to the attack here, 41 for 2. We've seen the departure of the big man, Rahkeem Cornwall, gone for 6. And Ahmad Alam, who never really got going in this tournament, he's gone for 12. And now we've got the U.S. international, Milan Kumar, very experienced player. Has been a busy 2023 coming down to 2024 at the U.S. international level. He's in with Saad Ali.
It's a crucial partnership. Saad Ali is the glue that holds this middle order. He's very skillful both against spin and pace.
So playing a miss. Erasmus has come in with a useful spell in this tournament, 𝗂𝗡𝗄𝗧.
Beautifully bowled. Superb delivery. Look at that angle coming into the left-hander. Pitch middle. Went away. How do you play that? This is good running though. Excellent bit of work. I think it's Hassan Khan. Beg your pardon, it's 𝗃𝗵𝗃𝗀𝗃. What am I thinking about Hassan Khan? Yeah, but if the ball is turning as much as it is, you got to be running really hard to make sure you pick up anything that becomes available in this middle phase.
Yeah, when you look at Milan Kumar, he's really been the Kingsmen best batter so far. 114 runs coming into this game. 𝗬𝗏 𝗀𝗃𝗍, we talked about the struggle of 𝗬𝗏 𝗀𝗃 in this series. Just 58 runs. We know he's a better batter than that. We've seen a very good over so far from Erasmus. He's only gone for 2. And ball turned into the onside. Gonna challenge the fielder. Throw comes in. Brian Kane says not out. Well run in the end.
Yeah, quick bit of work there. I think it's 𝗬𝗏 𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗀𝗃. But these batters are very, very quick and fit between the wickets. It was a very tight run though. It went straight to the fielder. But look at how good the start was from 𝗬𝗏 𝗀𝗃𝗍. And this angle would tell you that he made his ground nice and comfortable.
Yes, still a very good over here from Erasmus. And look at that. 3 runs in the over so far. He's bowled 5 balls.
Very tight. He's been very good with the ball throughout the tournament. Erasmus, he's been given a role. Mostly he's bowled in the power play. Conditions have suited him.
Yeah, good. Got scamper for 1. 𝗃𝗵𝗃𝗀𝗃 comes in with the underarm throw, but in the end, batters make their ground. 6 gone. It's 44 for 2.
Soft hands. Drop the ball into the gap and take a run. There you go. How 𝗃𝗵𝗃 had to go around to his left. He's a right-hander. Excellent judged single by these two. 6 gone. The power play is done and dusted. Owners even. 44 for 2. You want to lead? Yeah, go ahead.
So that's our colleague there, Keshav Bahadur Singh, getting his last set of shots in before we depart from this facility, 𝗂𝗡𝗄𝗧. Wonderful, wonderful session of the Atlanta Open this year.
Yeah, we had a grand opening to the finale, the national anthem. It's really sung beautifully by Harvey. And then it was the official team pictures. The weather has been fantastic throughout the week. Today is no different. You cannot ask for better conditions than that for a game of cricket, and the settings are absolutely perfect.
So Mohsin comes into the attack, third spinner to be used, and ball into the onside, and Kingsmen has gone up to 45 for 2.
Mohsin, very tall right arm leg spinner. Doesn't normally flight the ball. He's quicker through the air generally. That's where when he gets turned, he's almost unplayable.
Yeah, such a quality bowler. Harmeet Singh, Erasmus has been the spinners used so far. So they've moved away from Jesse Singh and Karmi Leroux, who give them a couple of over the top of the order. And now it's down to the spinner with 82 balls remaining. We talked about the Kingsmen hunting another championship in 2024. 𝗂𝗡𝗄𝗧 scored 200 plus in the final last year. Cut away into the offside. The fielding has been good. And look at that, saving runs. They only go for 1.
Good bit of work in the field. Like I said, these teams not only bat and bowl deep, but they're very good and agile in the field as well. Sappadar, Gerhard Erasmus, very, very good fielders. Jesse Singh, Mohsin himself, Akarshit Gomil. They're good athletes, good fielders.
So very good over so far from Mohamed Mohsin. He's only conceded 2, 4 balls gone. 𝗬𝗏 𝗀𝗃𝗃𝗀𝗃 up into the offside. Fielder comes in, settles under it. Erasmus takes the catch. And 𝗬𝗏 𝗀𝗃𝗃's gone.
And just a nothing shot, really. Saad just couldn't get the full bat flow going. It looked like it was just a chip. Have a look at that. Yeah, not the length required for that shot, and Mohsin had deceived him. Rasmus doesn't really miss many, neither do 𝗂𝐭𝐴𝐴𝐵𝐴𝐵𝐴𝐵𝐴𝐵𝐴𝐵𝐴𝐵𝐵, and that is another important wicket gone down for the Kingsmen. They are now 46 for 3.
Sorry. So Ramiz Raja Jr. comes to the middle. And 𝗃𝗄𝗽𝗁, one of 3 batters that have crossed the 100 mark. We've seen Rahkeem Cornwall, Milan Kumar. And now he comes in and joined Milan Kumar with 79 balls remaining. Mohamed Mohsin has picked up one. 𝗂𝗂𝗽𝗂𝗃𝗏𝗏 with a well-judged catch. Pretty easy in the end. It's 46 for 3.
Harmeet Singh took a wicket in his first over, and so did Mohsin. 2 key spinners. You would expect them to bowl plenty of overs through this middle phase, so that's a good start, and they'll give them confidence. Kingsmen's batting, after they nearly bottled that run chase against Atlanta Fire yesterday, once again some indiscriminate batting from them. In need of partnership. Both very experienced campaigners, both right-handers. That'll allow some sort of stability for the bowlers to settle into good lines and lengths.
𝗃𝗄𝗽𝗁, we talked about this juggernaut that keeps going. The Kingsmen 7 gone is 46 for 3. So Harmeet Singh will continue, and he's gone to the other end. 𝗃𝗄𝗽𝗁, 46 for 3. And we talked about the 2 teams here, Kingsmen and certainly Clarion Eagles. Kingsmen comes out of Group B, and Clarion Eagles, they come out of Group C.
This game is very, very delicately poised here. Kingsmen in need of partnership to resurrect that innings.
And you look at Harmeet Singh, he's really been a busy cricketer in the last 12 months or so. 𝗃𝗄𝗽𝗁, been part of the international squad for the US team and Major League Cricket, minor league cricket, and so many games that goes on.
Yeah, Harmeet has been a phenomenal cricketer. Very skillful. And he is the man for the big occasion. And today is really a big occasion, and he'll be really up for this game.
Yeah, Ramiz Raja, the last time we saw him, got among the runs. He's one of 13 half-century, and in this series, we talked about Shehan Jayasuriya, the only centurion with 113. Other than that, we've seen 13 half-century. Ramiz Raja being among them. Driven into the offside. Good way to play left arm spin, 𝗃𝗄𝗽𝗁.
That phase would require them to do that unless the opportunity presents itself. Southerly tried to create an opportunity for a big hit, and he failed. Can't afford to lose too many wickets in this phase. That's why got to rotate the strike and wait if a bad ball comes along, which is really hardly ever expected from Harmeet Singh. But Milan Kumar, who's been there since the beginning, probably the onus will be upon him. Keep the momentum of the innings.
Yeah, tidy stuff again from Harmeet Singh. He's only given up a couple of runs.
And when it's turning so much, then the quicker delivery is a very good variation. Within the stumps, you just keep the batters guessing. And Harmeet's lines and lengths have been terrific. No room, no length to work with, even for the settled Milan Kumar.
So into the offside, goes into the direction of Mohamed Mohsin. 8 gone is 48 for 3.
staying in place now. You're going round and there's too many repetition. Yes, tags, what happened? This game right here. Okay, and so tea time for some of us, even in this early afternoon. The batters, the feast that they were expected to have hasn't come yet, Lenny.
Yeah, they're approaching first milestone. They're up to 48. We've seen good spin from Harmeet Singh and now Mohammad Mohsin. Oh, big appeal, he's gone. So that's the end of Ramiz Raja and it's 48 for 4.
Yeah, Brian Cayenne had to make a decision if that ball was too high. The slow raise of the finger came. Ramiz was caught on the crease on the back leg, just above the flap, but Ramiz is not very tall. Probably would have clipped the top bail. Ramiz had no complaints, and the wickets continue to tumble. This is not looking good for the Kingsmen. Ramiz Raja Senior goes, and they're now 84 for 4. That's my bad moment. Sorry.
Plus 4. Ramiz Raja walks back to the 10th.
It's 48 for 4, and how often Hassan Khan has been the savior, and they would need him. Like Harmeet is another of those players who's made for the big occasion, and the opportunity is really presented it to himself to come and own this final here with the bat. You all know he's good with the ball as well and in the field, but they got to score some runs to be able to have a chance with the ball later in the afternoon. The slip in place. Mohsin has been sensational yesterday. He went for 24 in his 1 over. There's another chance. The ball is flying around shy at the non-striker end. Look at that. One way and then the other.
Over there and over here. Yeah, we've seen really good spin bowling here from Harmeet Singh and now Mohammad Mohsin. Oh, pulled the short ball and hammered into the onside. Gone for 6. The 50 comes up in fine style off the bat of Hassan Khan.
Hassan Khan got the long hop. I was mentioning about Mohsin's over yesterday. He bowled plenty of that. Today, this is his first error and was punished by Hassan Khan. Kingsmen really needed to break the shackles and gain some momentum. Could this be the start of that?
Yeah, we've seen Hassan Khan show Faisal from time to time, and you get the feeling that sometimes we want to think that T20 cricket is such a short format, but he comes in here batting a 6, and he's still got 68 ball at his disposal. Through the offside, beats Erasmus, and that's gone away for 4.
Blazing cover drive, full and wide, overcompensation from Mohammad Mohsin, and it went aerial. You don't want to do that anywhere near Erasmus, but it was far enough from him. Wide, plenty of room to free his arms, and Hassan has got himself off to a great start.
Yeah, a couple of scoring shots, gone for 10, looking for more. 9 over comes to a close, and after 9, they're batting at 58 for 4.
We haven't seen many successful chases, so Kingsmen X, although they might look to be behind the 8th ball right now, it's plenty of time to go for them, put a score on the board, and then give themselves a chance to defend it. They've still got plenty of batting to come. These two in the middle are very capable. They've got a little bit of more depth to come.
So 𝗂𝗲-𝗃𝗃 continues. We're into the 10th. 65 balls still to be bowled.
It's been a string knock from Milan Kumar, who got off the blocks really nicely. But now the fall of wickets has really hampered his rhythm. He's fighting hard to stay. 𝗂𝗲 doesn't give you a lot of time between the deliveries. Rushing Milan into that, but he'll pick up a couple of runs via the thick inside edge. The role of Milan Kumar is very important here, Lenny.
Yes, Shah Faisal is such a capable player. And I talked about he's very critical at number 3. We know at the US international level he bats at 5 and 6, but you get the feeling at this, in these tournaments, if Rakim goes early, then Milan Kumar really comes in and play a very important role. And he's really batted as a man that has been in form, over 100 runs in this series, and that is in context of the tournament matches, very short groups. You get the feeling if you can get over 100 runs in this tournament, then you're among some of the top batters.
Yeah, conditions hasn't been easy for batting for most of the tournament. But this is good. This roll of the wrist, knocking the ball into the gap. Getting Hassan back on strike. This is a good contest between Hassan and 𝗂𝗲.
And Shah Faisal, you get the feeling that the spinners have really done well since we've seen the introduction of 𝗂𝗲, 1 for 9, 2.4 so far. None for 4 from Erasmus, and then, of course, a couple of wickets from Mohamed Mohsin. So the spinners have really done the job. We were always expecting the spinner to feature prominently in this bowling attack.
Erasmus in, but in safely was Hassan. He's equally quick. This is good cricket.
Yeah, the running has been good. We've seen a lot of cheeky singles so far. We haven't seen a run out. There was an appeal. Brian Kane says not out. So other than that, they've communicated well. They've ran well. They've put the fielders under pressure. And we know when you put the fielders under pressure, they make mistakes. Final ball coming up.
Oh, that's gone up. Hassan is walking back and the celebrations are on. Probably got the back of the bat or a glove. We'll have another look. But he walks, and this is a huge moment in the game. Have a close look here. Hassan Khan went for the sweep. Almost the back of the bat. And it just ballooned. You cannot ask for an easier catch than that. Another angle. Yeah, it did. And Hassan disappointed. His walk will continue, and half the side is done for the Kingsmen. They are now 63 for 5 after 10.
For Atlanta Open T20. I'm 𝗂𝐨𝐵𝗵𝗏 alongside me in the commentary booth, the esteemed former international cricketer from Bangladesh, Athar Ali Khan. What are your thoughts on how this game has progressed, given the explosive start we have seen and a flurry of wickets after?
Well, if you keep losing wickets, Keshav, it's not going to help the team's cause to go and post a big total. Already half of the side back in the hurt at the halfway stage. So do they have batters to continue to score runs? Milan Kumar still there.
Short and pulled away over the leg side. One bounce into the ropes for 4 runs. The Kingsmen trying to retaliate here. Excellent shot from Milan Kumar.
Yeah, I think he's the one. He holds the key for Kingsmen to ensure that they have runs on the board. At the moment, struggling, but a lovely shot. Short ball sits up nicely and it pulls it away in front of the square towards mid-wicket area for a boundary. So now he's got 28 of 28 now. And he has to find a way to bat through out this innings. He has to ensure that he bats till the very end and give his team a chance to score somewhere around 160, 170.
Edged away out to the fielder at deep third just for a single. And as a former renowned batsman yourself, Athar, given the fact that they have lost 5 wickets already in this innings, but still have half of the overs remaining, what do you think the best approach is at this stage?
Let Milan Kumar take more strike than anyone else. We know that Hamad Azam, the skipper, is in the middle. He hasn't faced a single delivery yet. But when a new batter does come in and with the half of the side back in the herd, it gets difficult, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does, especially with the mental and psychological factors in the game. As a batsman, you are just caught in two minds whether you continue to play in an aggressive nature or you just have to consolidate the batting innings.
Well, I think important for him because he's the skipper, so he needs to realize the fact that the non-striker is well set. Yes, he hasn't got any support. So his prime objective would be to lend that support that his team needs and garner a partnership.
Oh, and it's a chopped catch. Excellent delivery there. Usman Shinwari generating some extra pace. Look at that movement across the right-handed batsman. Almost a test match-like delivery there.
Now, as a skipper, we had this discussion in the first 5 overs when I was on earlier on for my stint, the first stint. And we mentioned about no slips in place, and you have like 5 wickets already back in the herd. Why not get another slip in place? If there was a first slip in place, it would have gobbled him. He would have just taken it easily. Well, these are the things that the skipper from Clarion Eagles United will need to think.
Yeah, very good point there indeed, Atta. You already have the upper hand in the game. Why not go with an attacking feel and just keep that pressure on to the batting side? We know that cricket is a game of momentum and it can shift easily between either the batting or fielding team. So it's always important to ensure that you keep that pressure on when you have it.
And especially when a new batter comes into bat. Hamad Azam, the skipper, had just come on to bat. He did not even face a single delivery, and he gets off the mark with a genuine edge. Should have been caught in the slips. Yes, a touch wider to the right of the wicket keeper.
Yeah, Milan Kumar, 29 from 29. Total of 138 runs thus far in the 6 innings in this tournament. High score of 29 in this game itself. Just driven into the covers, no run. So I'm sure he'll be looking to bat through the innings for his team.
It is going to be important. It is going to be very important because the more time a batter is spent in the middle, he would know how the pitch is behaving. It's a good feeling for any batter to go and hit it from the middle part of the bat. He's picked up a few boundaries. He's played some lovely shots, but he's taken his time because of the fact that the wickets have started to tumble from the other end. 29 of 30 is not a great strike rate, but then again, having said that, at least he's holding it together and he can cover it up in the next 5 or 6 overs, provided if he stays back.
Excellent point there indeed. Shinwari continues. Final delivery in his first over. And again, keeping that line just outside of the off stump. Neatly guided down to third from Kumar. We have seen at least 2 or 3 deliveries and that over from Shinwari going down to that third man region. This gives you an idea of the length and line that he is choosing to bowl. 74 for 5 after 11.
It's a beautiful day. It's a stunning day here. 12 o'clock start. Imagine the pitch will favor the batters, but that has not been the case. For some loose shots, shot selections have not been great from Kingsmen. But what they have done is they still have Milan Kumar, who's moved out into an unbeaten 30 of 31. Yes, 9 more overs available. Bit of a wave to his mates right at the top there.
Speaking about shots, just looking at some of the production crew from Cricket 360 and 360 TV, all the way from Trinidad and Tobago. It's been really a Herculean effort from all of these guys out there day after day in that heat, mixture of cool breeze and heat is never a good combination, but they've made it through. And here we are at the finals, the lovely picturesque venue live from the 𝗵𝗃𝗏 Sports Complex. And we're looking forward to how this final will be played out. It's going to be 𝗵𝗃𝗏 𝗃 to continue 2 for 10 from his 3 overs already. Really has bowled excellent in this Atlanta Open. Mentioned that he also picked up a hat trick with a 5-wicket haul previously in one of the games. Continuing in that manner here. What I like about 𝗵𝗃𝗏 𝗃 as well is that he continues to use that angle through and around the wicket, whether it's the right-handed batsman or the left-handed batsman. And I just want to get your thoughts on that in terms of going through and around to a left-hander, which is something you don't usually see.
I think it is due to the fact that as a bowler, how he feels comfortable, how he feels a little bit more comfortable. Yes, round the wicket, over the wicket, in between the wicket and the umpire, we see a lot of different ways of bowlers bowling. You know, loud shout. They feel that it was pretty adjacent, but it's the stride. It's a long stride. This is the one that they were asking for. Is swept away, maybe just striking him outside the off stump. But yes, it's all about the comfort zone. He's been outstanding now. He's picked up already 2 wickets. So he's gone past Ali Sheikh. So he's now the leading wicket taker. 𝗵𝗃𝗏 𝗃.
Lofted in the air on the offside, but there is protection on the boundary from the cover and just a single. Yes, as you rightly said there, 𝗵𝗃𝗏 𝗃, 12 wickets in his 5 matches, just conceding 92 runs, sorry. Just one of those moments where the numbers seem to look similar to each other.
Yeah, the spinners have bowled well here throughout the tournament because of the fact there is something available for this spinners.
Stuck into the leg side for a single, so not able to get boundaries with any ease in the previous over. That edge, which could have been a catch if there was a slip in place, as you rightfully said, sped away to the boundary for 4. Apart from that, just dealing in singles at this moment, the Kingsmen.
Yeah, so far so good, because what is important for them is not to lose another wicket here. If they lose another wicket, then they're staring at a low total.
Cut away straight to the fielder. So he's bowling to his field, 𝗵𝗃𝗏 𝗃, using all of those variations of his angles, and completes the 12th over, 77 for 5. The Kingsmen batting first in this finals against the Clarion Eagles.
It's about partnership, isn't it? Milan Kumar is doing his job, coming to open the bat, and he remains unbeaten on 32, but he's seen his mates getting out from the opposite end. He needs to find someone. Yeah, he's got the skipper Hamad Azam with him in the middle. And I'll be hoping that they can add a few runs here for next couple of overs, and then try to show some fireworks with the bat.
Yeah, I think you have it spot on in terms of the approach at this stage. Definitely don't want to lose a wicket, but keep that scoreboard ticking over. Try and get a run on ball as easily as you can and put away the bad deliveries when they're on an offer. That's short and pulled into the air. Didn't get the proper connection, just missed timing. That shot safely lands and gets a single.
Yeah, it's a kind of a delivery where you, as a batter who's been batting for a while, needs to put that away. And meaning put that away is you got to hit it out of the ground, because there are protection in the deep. There is deep mid wicket, there's deep square leg, and it was a short delivery. So when you get that opportunity to free your arms, you've got to latch onto it, and you've got to pick up a boundary. He misses out on that occasion.
And just from a batting perspective, when you have a pitch that sometimes the ball doesn't come through with the full pace, you always have to be a bit more patient, wait on the delivery sometimes, just hang back in your crease that extra second before going through with a shot. Keeping that line just outside the off stump, 𝗃𝗏𝗏. He just opening the face.
Yeah, good sensible batting. I think he's realized the fact that he's not going to go and try to hit boundaries or look to be a little bit aggressive. Yes, if it's there, it's fine. But he's played that nicely and softly to the offside and picks up a single and gets the set Milan Kumar on strike.
Both batsmen operating at that strike rate of on or around 100. Just going at a runner ball and exactly what's needed at this stage. Eagles looking for another breakthrough to peg back the Kingsmen. Nice slower ball variation from 𝗁𝗏𝗏. We have seen that used quite a lot in this tournament. Many pace bowlers, in fact, from the first delivery in their spell, they have opted to go with the slower deliveries, the cutters, the slower bouncers. And as a batsman yourself, is it a challenge facing a pacer who uses so much of different variations, especially taking pace off of the ball?
You pick the grip very quickly, Keshav. As a batter, you can see what the bowler is trying to do. You can see whether he's got bowling seam up or he's cutting the fingers over, rolling the fingers over, coming from the back of the hand. So you need to prepare yourself and you need to pick that. Once he releases the ball from his hand, you need to pick that. If you don't, then you're in trouble. If you do, then you're in business.
Wild heave there from Hamad Assam. The captain is looking to go a bit aggressively and not getting connection. Good deviation off the pitch from 𝗁𝗏𝗏 as well.
Yeah, I think he was eyeing that mid-wicket area. There was deep mid-wicket, but there is long on. The mid-wicket fielder has come inside the circle, so there are open spaces. But he just needs to be careful. You don't want to throw your wicket away at this stage of the game. That is going to be very crucial. He needs to bat with a little bit more responsibility here, the skipper.
And just as you mentioned that, you can see the field change being made. The fielder from inside a 30-yard circle is sent back to a wideish deep mid-wicket position. The other fielder on the leg side boundary is a deep square leg. He was a bit straightish and now he's moving to a deep backward square. Protection on the offside, deep third, and a deep cover. And a very interesting shot there. Not sure if he was trying to leave alone that one, as we have seen our colleague Brian Walters play expertly.
Yeah, I thought he was caught in two minds, whether to play at it or leave it. But in the end, the ball went on to hit the bat, and luckily it has gone into the wicket area as a single taken.
And just to emphasize the point you made before in terms of ensuring that you look at the ball when the bowler releases it, it's one of the basic tenets of the game. They always say, keep your eyes on the ball as a batsman. If you can watch the ball from the moment the bowler releases it until it reaches the bat, if you can do that every delivery, which we know is no easy task, you'll be better off.
Well, that's what most of the batters do, practice that when they're in the nets to try to pick up what the bowler is trying to do. Nicely played, but pick up another single to finish the over. It's a Kingsmen 82 for 5.
It really goes to show the importance of mental concentration and focus. And as for the young cricketers looking on, what is some of the advice that you would give in terms of ensuring that you keep your eyes on the ball? Because we know how easy it is to just lose sight of the ball and how fatal such an impact can have in terms of your batting innings.
Yeah, just listen to your coach. Wherever you're playing, whoever you're playing with, listen to your mates. And the advice will be pretty similar from me or you or anybody else. Make sure you're side on when you're batting. Make sure your foot movement are good, trigger movement. There are a lot of trigger movement. They're back and across. So what, as a batter, you're used to. And then get close to the ball. Get close to the ball. Side on, get close to the ball. And if it's not close enough in terms of if it's outside the off stump, then you might not as well play at it. But when you play T20 format, you're trying to score runs quickly. So that changes the complex. That changes the mindset. So there's so many things which comes to the back of the batter's mind. So you need to adapt, adjust as quickly as possible in all formats of the game.
A change of bowler. Harmeet Singh still has, no, in fact, he has bowled out his spell. 4 overs, 2 for 13, 12 dots. And new bowler Mohammad Mohsin.
Yeah, he had a good time with the bat, didn't he, in the semi-final? Mohammad Mohsin, just 20 deliveries for his 48, 5 sixes, big ones, and 2 fours.
And at this point, he in fact has the most points in terms of the MVP all-round standings, given the fact that he's contributed with both bat and ball Mohsin. In this in this game alone, picking up 2 wickets, a total of 9 wickets in the tournament thus far. And his batting statistics are really something to behold. He has a total of 154 runs. He has only batted in 3 innings. One of those is not out. And he has an average of 77 with a strike rate of 244.
Brilliant. Brilliant. He's got that X factor, doesn't he? He's got something special, batting, bowling.
Just guided away nicely. Past the field at short 30. Gives chase. Seems to have done a good job. But the umpire signals for does not get there in the end.
Just when we were admiring Mohammad Mohsin, he bowls a poor delivery. Just a touch short and wide. Nicely played. Good deft touch. You don't knowing that the fielder at short third was a little bit wide, so he got to find a way to get it finer. Back live.
And very good timing as well from the batsman. Not trying to put too much power on the delivery. Just opening the face and using the angle to his advantage. And Mohsin is certainly one of those players. He plays with a lot of confidence. You can just see it oozing out of him in everything he does. Just yesterday in the interview with Roshni, he was indicating that once the ball is within his arc, he's just going to go at it. Tucked away into the leg side for a single. That would complete the 14th over. 90 for 5 at the end of it. 6 more to go. Do you think now is time for the Kingsmen to get a move on?
They need to. They need to take calculated risk. You cannot take a gamble and then get out. It's going to be difficult. It's not going to be easy. If from 90 for 5 to 110 for 6 makes a big difference. So you got to, as a batter, you got to pick the right ones. That's why we keep repeating ourselves by saying shot selection needs to be spot on. We can see Hassan Tariq left of the screen from second from left. The white shirt. He's done a wonderful job, hasn't he? Creating this tournament, organizing this tournament. He's the owner of the Atlanta Open T20 2024. Wonderful. It has been just a lovely experience to be here in Atlanta and to be able to go and meet so many people, so many players from different places. It's been a wonderful experience, Keshav, for me.
Yes.
And also the commentators. I must confess, it has been a wonderful experience to be a part of this.
Yeah, Kamil Leroux back into the attack for his 3rd over. Muted appeal on that occasion. Everyone didn't seem as convinced. Seems to be close. Maybe just with the angle, because it deviated going down the leg side with quite some severity. It could be possible that it was just going past the leg side.
I thought that was very close. Really close. Well, he's still there.
Similar line delivery, but straighter. And straight is, in fact, the exact area in which Milan Kumar played that shot. Best spot on the ground to get maximum result for your shots. Let's look at the execution from Kumar.
Straight as an arrow. That is a beautiful shot. Yes, there was a fielder at long on, but he had no chance to go and stop that one. And it's a lovely shot. He moves to 45 now. Maybe now is the time for him to take a few chances.
Could this be the over? The game changes on its head. And tucked away down the leg side for another boundary. Full and string into the pads of Milan Kumar. And Kamil Leroux really needs to find some consistency with his line and length, because if not, the Kingsmen are going to take advantage of anything on offer. Well set is Kumar at this stage.
They've already taken 8 of the last 2 deliveries. One down the ground, one flicked away, and not a good line to bowl to a batter when the fielder is inside the circle at short fine. So it's a freebie, and he puts it away. Just one short of 50 for Milan Kumar. It's been a good one. It has been a responsible innings from Milan Kumar.
Again, persisting with that line into middle and leg stump. I'm just wondering if he might be better advised to be fuller outside of the off stump. Only 2 fielders out on the boundary on the leg side. As you mentioned in the previous over, deep square leg, and the fielder at a deep wide mid-wicket position.
It's a good run again. It's a leg by, but he stays on 49. Well, now Ahmad Adam will also need to look at the areas, because after this over, 5 more overs to be bowled with that single 100 up for Kingsmen.
Short and pulled away in the leg side, but there is protection. Goes to that fielder who was previously in the circle, but they sent him out on the boundary for protection, and rightfully so.
Yeah, that's the reason why he had that field set, and he didn't hold himself back by trying to pitch a short pitch delivery, trying to create or find that gap between deep square leg and deep mid wicket, straight to the fielder at deep mid wicket.
For the length delivery this time on the offside, and that brings up the 50 for Milan Kumar. Can just hear the cheers and applause from all of the supporters and his teammates. Really a mature and responsible innings from Kumar. 50 from 43 at this stage. 1 or 2 for 5 at the end of 15 overs, the Kingsmen. And definitely has been an honor and pleasure to be in the company of Athar Ali Khan. And speaking of legendary commentators, I will now take my leave for Mr. Brian Walters and, of course, Mr. Vinod Mamchan.
Don't know about legendary, man. Brian Walters. Brian?
Good afternoon, Mr. Vinod Mamchan. Couple of runs here on offer as the first ball is swept down the leg side.
You know, I always like to ask you this
Uh-oh.
prediction of a final score. Because you've come on the commentary box with your laptop that doesn't work, and your eyes are piercing into 𝗍𝗏𝗂𝐴𝐴 zone. I've given up on Brian 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, there are some jokes that will never, ever be explained fully. Consider this to be one of them.
Here's Muhammad.
Or Mohammed Mohsin is bowling a really good spell here. Drill down the ground.
That's 1. So with 5 wickets in hand, 5 overs to go, it's still a bit dicey as to when do you pull the trigger here, Brian.
Well, this pair has been going along for a while. The partnership is now worth 42.
Sammy stormed the trap, driving beautifully. And 1 bounce into the boundary for 4, or did it go all the way? We wait on the umpire. He signals 6. So beautiful timing and beautiful dancing skills as well.
Well, you asked the question, when might be the time to go? And this might be it. A lovely strike down the ground, just dancing just far enough to meet the ball right at the spot where it landed. That's the reason he skipped down the track.
Straight as an arrow. Look at that. Beautiful shot indeed. Getting underneath it, so you got the elevation. That's 112 now. Driving gets 1 more. So I think Milan is the man. He's well set. 59 or 16 or 47. And he is probably the one to go.
My goodness, yes. By the way, that brings up the 50 partnership. So a really big development in the context of this game. But you mentioned the one to go. Watch 𝗲𝗲 also, because he's a big hitter of the ball. He tends to be the one that goes hard at the back end of the innings. And it's going to be something interesting to behold as they continue to build on this partnership.
Well, he's on 14 and he has faced 16 deliveries, which means in a T20 match, if you have faced 16 deliveries, it means you've been in there for a while. And so all the ingredients are there. As you can see, a lovely image there of the 𝗃𝗃𝗃 cricket field. This has been a fantastic tournament. You know, you look at all the opens in the United States. I'll put this one ahead. I hope that Mangesh Chaudhary is glued to his television set. But this, Mangesh, of course, is the operations manager here. This is the best.
I will say this. Fairview Cricket Complex has been around longer. So let's just say the ground has more seasoning.
No, I'm not speaking of the ground. I'm speaking of the tournament.
Tournament itself. Okay, so that's going to be a hard one to argue with. That is going to be a hard one to argue with. And I do have to say that the people who are in the background who make things happen, we're talking about all of the volunteers, we're talking about the match managers. There's so much activity that goes on, so detail oriented, and get everything together to produce such a wonderful tournament. It's really a pleasure to be a part of it.
Shenwari is good enough to play a test match, and he's good enough to have taken this all-important wicket as well.
So 14 from 16, you mentioned it. 𝗲𝗲 had been there for a while. I don't normally see him chipping down the track to a fast bowler. And a man of Shenwari's pace, you're not going to get anyone quicker in this match than him. So you can question the choice of shot, but you also only have 4 overs left. Look at the replay, because nowhere near the middle of the bat on that one.
Yep.
Pretty simple catch taken there by the captain, 𝗂𝗃 𝗂𝗪.
What he did well, though, he did open up himself to the offside. But as you rightfully called it, Brian, just didn't get enough of it. And this is why he has to leave. You could see that, Brian. We are so far away with the naked eye. You can see that, but you just couldn't find that computer shop to take your laptop.
Are we really going back onto the laptop? We're going back to the laptop, really? That's what we're doing.
Has left Lenny frustrated. I tell you this, though, it gives us an opportunity now to really speak about the organizing committee. It has been a fantastic Atlanta Open. You know, I came here 3 years ago. My son was playing for 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃, and it was the first time. And it was not at this venue. It was another venue somewhere else. And it dawned on me that these guys, the first thing that struck me was that they are so well organized.
Yes.
And I would have fed that information to other people who have tournaments and say, look, you need to take the standard up. But, sometimes we don't see where we can improve. And this is why Hassan Tariq, hats off to him.
Oh, my goodness.
He has done a fantastic job. I put this as the best of the Open.
New batter in, Anwar Ali. Immediately off the mark with a single down to deep third.
Now, Anwar Ali is an all-rounder. Highest international score, 43. Pales in comparison to Ali Khan's high score. That, of course, would have led Bangladesh to their first ever ODI win. It's a record that you can't take from him.
Absolutely.
You can take his food. Shah Faisal can probably take his lunch, but he can't take his record.
By the way, going back to the cricket on the field, Milan Kumar is playing a really important innings here. 60 from 47, and he's anchored things. They look to be in all kinds of trouble a couple of overs into this match.
Speaking about anchoring, now he's in a funny situation because he's a set batsman.
Yep.
He triggered in the last over, struck a beautiful 6 down the ground, and now he has lost Khan at the other end. A new batsman is in, Anwar. We know Anwar can handle himself. Anwar can hit the ball. Tell me, what should be his thinking at this point in time?
I would have Milan Kumar continue to play within himself. He doesn't need to go crazy. His good, his solid game is good enough. I see the hitter of the two being Anwar Ali. Oh my goodness! So that's that ruins that theory.
Delivery popped on him, though, to be honest.
Yeah,
It did
yeah.
pop on him.
Mhm.
And Anwar Ali, after all his talk up, he has to leave. Look at this delivery. So former Pakistani pacer gets another one, as that one popped on him. Just couldn't go through with the shot as he would have liked. And you can get a better view of it from here.
Yeah, on that replay, you could see definitely that it did kind of pop on him, forcing him to play well in front of his body. A pretty simple catch. Second catch in a row taken by the captain, 𝗂𝗫𝗂𝐽 𝗂𝗪.
116 for 7 all of a sudden now. And it puts Milan Kumar in a bit of a bind. We're speaking about triggering and looking to push on. Now it might just be a matter of trying to bat out 20 overs.
So Mohamed Ilyas is the man coming to the crease.
Well, I was just asking you, what should be the thinking of Milan Kumar? There comes 𝗧 𝗏𝗊𝗂 telling me his thinking is lunch.
Food.
Come on, 𝗧. Fantastic guy, 𝗧. Has given us tremendous entertainment over the last week or so, hasn't he?
Absolutely. Really good to be right here in his backyard.
Yes. The energy has been great, and the food even better.
Oh, yes. And it is catered to the likes and the preferences of every single one of us individually. So, more speaking to the organization and how detail oriented they are.
Well, if you have a Santa in the background,
Oh, my goodness.
top draw. Of course, Ramsey, good old Babu.
Mm.
Good delivery. Pace on that one.
He's bowling a good spell here. 1 ball remaining in his third over. 2 for 18. Economy rate relatively low, 6.4. You'll take that. Overall economy rate for the innings is 6.89, meaning the scoring rate for the Kingsmen.
Savage there, you can see in your frame. He appreciates the effort. Just a delivery to go in January's over. So they played 16 T20s and a test match as well for Pakistan, for below the eyes. And speaking about T20 cricket, I think West Indies are chasing 172 against Sri Lanka. The last score I heard, after 8 overs, the West Indies were 100 without loss.
Who is batting?
Whoever is batting is in a hurry.
Oh, maybe they're trying to get that game over with so they can catch the end of this one.
I think, yes. I think one of the batsmen is that boy from Trinidad, South Trinidad, Evan Lewis. In fact, it's now 𝗧, who's always up to date.
Of course.
164 for 4, the West Indies, after 17 overs. Half centuries to, I don't want to say it because the guy's from Jamaica.
Brandon King.
Brandon King, 63 of 33. And of course, Evan Lewis, 50 of 28. So the West Indies are poised to open their account with a victory. And that's 𝗧 𝗏𝗊𝗂's second team, I tell you.
Of course, of course.
First team not doing so well. That's a story.
He prefers to
That's
not
a story
talk
for
about,
another day.
prefers to not mention that team.
160. You know, West Indians, though, seriously, they have a close connection with many, many countries. I remember Atad Khan telling me Gordon Greenwich was his coach at some point in time.
Yep.
Simon short. He's pulling and pulling well. And now that's 4. That should be 4. The fielder was in touch with the line.
Wow. Well, I think it's going to go as a 𝗧. Clearly, you see the evidence.
No,
there.
that's 4.
Completely
Definitely
tucked
4
up the
from
rope.
our replays.
But I have not yet seen a signal from umpire Owen Brown.
There comes the Babu with the drips. IV fluid. Look at this. Look at this. That's 4. Stevie Wonder could have adjudged that.
So that is really interesting. you could easily make the argument.
The last time you and I were on in a game, we said, please don't let it come down to
What? I don't remember that.
I hope it doesn't happen again today.
Oh my
If
goodness.
it does, it'll be fantastic for the final. But then you go back to that controversial point.
Oh. Well, the umpires have it rough, of course. Owen Brown is 100 yards away from where that play happened, so he would not have been able to see. Plus, the ground slopes downward as it gets toward the boundary, so he would not have had good video evidence of that. But, you know.
𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. You know a lot about TikToks. They sing. Oh, it's stress. And it goes up 4. So it should be. Where did it hit? Did it hit his head?
Well, he
It would have been leg
signals
by.
runs.
Signal run. So let's have a look. Jesse's rapid, I tell you. Ooh.
That came off the face of the bat. He may consider himself lucky there. Mohamed Ilyas, that actually came off of the surface of the bat while
that
he
was
had it up
deliberate.
like a periscope. That was not deliberate.
That was a deliberate shot.
If he meant that, he's the most brilliant cricketer who's ever walked the face of the earth.
He's trying it again. Look at it. It's in here. You get only a single.
As they say, it's all happening here. Oh my goodness. So it's interesting that you mentioned that, because had that come off of his head, that would have been 4 leg by.
Yes.
So the word leg by can be sometimes a misnomer, because
Well-
it comes off of anything not on the body or not on the bat or the glove.
But there's nothing like head buys.
Head by.
So, as I said before, that was, the guy has devised that shot. And there goes 𝗍𝗃𝗃𝗃 trying to describe to a former international player, 𝗍𝗃𝗃𝗃 Khan, how to play the shot. A man who makes Jeffrey Boycott looks like an attacking stroke player. Oh,
There's
that's a lovely shot. 1 bounce.
There's your answer to Milan Kumar's approach the rest of the
Yes.
way. Tell you what, he just uses the pace here from Jesse Singh, who's bowling very quickly this over, by the way. And look at him get inside the line and ramp that over his shoulder.
We'll have a discussion about that. The USA teammates, of course. Milan, 68.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good stuff. This is absolutely good stuff.
Have you ever seen it? Look at that. Whoa, that's beautiful.
So just effortless. And he plays that shot very well. You saw the match earlier in this week that went
Look
to
at
the
it
Super
again.
Over.
Those guys are showing off on you there, Brian.
Well, I'd never tried that. Well, I should say, I would have never tried that shot. My cricket gear is gathering dust in the garage. It's been there for a few years now. Wow. This is
Yes, Jesse. So some runs coming in this over. He should look to change up his pace a bit. Short, he's back, he's pulling. Should be only a single, and it is.
Wow. That is the end of over number 18. 129 for 7 is your score.
It was quickly onto that, as you can see there. A lovely shot. Production team has done a fantastic job, if I dare say so myself. Giving you an array of shots. Look at shots there. The only man I know who has more shots than that is 𝗍𝗃𝗃𝗃.
And Lenny is missing all these jokes, by the way. I'm thinking.
No, he's serious. Lenny's serious. He's serious.
It's coming close to that time of the year where we get the 5-minute tutorial from Central Park.
I look forward to it. I look at it every year, hoping and praying to see some aggressive shots. I think 3 years ago, I did see a single. I've held on to that very dearly.
Oh,
𝗍𝗃𝗃𝗃 has been excellent in this game. 2 for 18 off 3. That's quick. You can see that one rushing on to Milan there. And this is excellent running, putting the fielders under pressure.
absolutely. So at this stage in the over, or in the innings rather, only 11 balls remaining. The fielders inside the circle are on the edge of the circle.
You know, we speak about fast bowlers, and I know you're a bit of a coach as well, Brad. You can look at that clip of 𝗍𝗃𝗃𝗃 running forward, and you can see from his run up to the crease, he's pushing forward. His momentum is going forward, and this is what you want to see. And this is why you mentioned today there's no one quicker on the field today.
And look, he pumps his arms, just like a sprinter. You'll see almost an
Yep.
exaggerated pump of the arms. That also helps to generate that momentum.
Look at it. Going
There.
forward now.
Mhm.
Cracked away through the offside. The boundary rider comes in. 2 more.
So this time it's 2 runs.
You think 150, 155, and we can have an interesting final?
Earlier, I had said exactly the number of 150 as a target score.
Well, they're on course.
They're certainly on course. Another 17 runs and you're there with 10 balls to go.
There's a former West Indies all-rounder, Hamish Anthony, out of Antigua. Head groundsman here now. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah. But you remember the name Hamish
Certainly
Anthony?
remember the name.
That's him. Has been Hamish all the time there. You didn't pay your respects. What happened to you, Brad? Bowling! That one rushed on quickly, and it cancels him. He has to go for 73 of 54 deliveries. This guy has bowled very quickly today. The only thing quicker than that is Shah Faisal running to the lunch table.
Look at this delivery. It bottom edge. The ball was actually wide of the stumps, and he bottom edged it onto the leg stump. He'll be disappointed with that Milan Kumar, but take nothing away from him as you see that replay again from a different angle. Take nothing away from him. 73 from 55. 8 fours and the 6.
In the over, you would have seen he was rushing. He was rushing onto him. And Milan Kumar, of course, was looking to go back deep and deep and deep, just looking for that extra split second to play the shot. But he was a bit too quick for him. He has been brilliant, hasn't he?
Absolutely. So you saw him play that ramp shot a couple of times. You don't want to overdo the shot, but that type of delivery from Usman Shinwari would have been the perfect one if you had that shot in your repertoire to go back and try to ramp it.
Yeah, use the pace.
Yes. You don't want to second guess a man who just dragged his team out of a really difficult situation.
Brilliant 73.
Oh my
Brilliant.
goodness, yes.
Absolutely brilliant. You'll take that every day and twice on a Sunday.
Absolutely. And so now 𝗂𝗪𝗃 is the man who is at the crease. Himself a former Pakistani opening bowler. So former Pakistani opening bowler facing up to former Pakistani opening bowler. Do you see a bouncer here?
No, I don't think so. These guys are very good friends. I don't think so. You might see it. You wouldn't see anything gentle, I can tell you that. But
No.
Bumper, I'm not sure. Come on, they belong to the Fast Bowlers Club, do they? Listen, here's Shinwari.
He tried the ramp shot.
Well, he's thinking similar to you.
Yes. That pace, the ramp shot will go away either for 4 or for 6.
I need to get Lenny to teach him how to play that. Or how not to play it.
Or how not to play it.
Good idea, though, because Shinwari is bowling a tremendous pace. Third man is a bit wide. Fine leg is up in the circle, so it's not a bad option. 138, 133 for 8. They'll be looking here, Shinwari, for another wicket, looking to bowl Kingsmen out. You don't want them facing the 20 and get up to 151, 55. Shinwari. Another rapid delivery.
Yeah, so the chances of getting to 150 certainly have been compromised by the dismissal of Milan Kumar. You would think that they would want to mentally think, okay, let's see what we can do to manufacture a few runs at the back end. Can we get to 145 maybe? But it's certainly going to be harder with the bottom of the lineup at the crease.
Well, speaking of peace, your countryman Patrick Patterson was amongst the quickest. And there's a story that I was told by someone in the dressing room, one of the players, I would not call any names. West Indies were playing against England at Bridgetown in Barbados, and back then that track was pretty rapid. And Patterson had blown them away. And when it was time to bat, at number 11, not a quick delivery there, Patterson went into the dressing room and put on a chest guard, arm guard, every guard you can get. I was told that Sir Viv got up, walked to the back of the dressing room where he was padding up, looked at him and said, "You like to bowl faster people, but you're a coward." So the player who relayed the story to me said, you can see Patos getting angry but he can't tell 𝗵𝗺𝗃 anything. He went out there, first ball, big swing, 6 runs. 𝗵𝗏 achieved what he wanted.
Mission accomplished.
Some of the spectators there enjoying this wonderful game of cricket on a Sunday here in Atlanta. January, good spell.
Really good spell. So you're closing out here with 2 left-handed quicks. 𝗂𝗏 𝗺 about to bowl over number 20.
Tell us a bit about him.
Left arm, really solid bowler, tall, delivers a high arm action, very slow to the crease in terms of his run-up. I was saying that earlier. I don't know if he's carrying a bit of a niggle, but he's not quite as doesn't bound to the crease as ordinarily as he does.
Swung away, length delivery, and that goes for 6.
Oh, hammered.
𝗂𝗏 𝗺 bowling from, I'm tempted to say the cottage end because I heard Lenny Archibald look for a cottage yesterday. He had the entire production team looking for it until the wee hours of the morning. But I think that's 𝗃𝐻𝐸's son's house.
Well, that ball almost landed in that direction, but a sweet strike that time by Mohamed Ilyas. 𝗂𝗏 𝗺 is going to want to keep this ball outside the off stump. The left-hander or the right-handers at the bottom of the order like swinging to the leg side. That, to me, is a better line. Keeping it outside the line of off, making him play from there. If it's into the pads, into the body of these lower order batters, they certainly can be compromised and they can go big. But if you keep it outside the line of off, then that's, I think, a better option. High, far, and long. 6 more. That is such a big strike. 𝗂𝗏 𝗺 getting this one just a little too straight, and he goes through with the big shot, going all the way for 6. So this is a good fight back at the back end of this innings, because you've seen where Mohamed Ilyas is trying to make something happen, and it definitely has put you in a position where you can get there going. So joined here at the very end of the innings, the last 3 deliveries by Lenny Achaibar. Lenny, there's a lot going on, but you take these lusty blows at the back end of the innings.
Couple of 6s off the bat of Mohamed Ilyas. Looking for a better ball from 𝗂𝗏 𝗺. Put under pressure here as we come down to the last 2 balls.
Really good fight back. You see that big 6 that goes down the ground. You absolutely will accept that. And then if it is in the zone where they can hit it, where they can hit big, that certainly puts you in a position where you have to fix that line and that length. And with the bowlers essentially at the back end of the innings, you don't expect for them to go big if you put the ball in the right areas.
So
but if it's too full or too short, they'll go for it.
So 2 balls remaining. They will hope to get up to 150. Oh, look at that. 𝗂𝗏 tees off. It's into the other ground.
152. There's the 150 you were looking for. Valuable runs at the back end of this innings. Absolutely brilliant stuff. 19 from the over already with 1 ball to come.
And Brian Walters, how important is this momentum? How important is this momentum coming in to the halftime here? 19 runs off this over. We've seen 3 6s so far. And here we are with the final ball coming up. 𝗂𝗏 𝗺 has gone for 19. We've seen 3 massive 6, the latest being the man on strike, 𝗂𝗏. And here is that final ball, 152 on the board. 𝗂𝗏 𝗺. And 𝗂 taking on the pad, he's gone. So Owen Brown raised the dreaded index finger, and the innings ends with a wicket, but 152 short 𝗙.
Yeah, very good over nonetheless. Full and straight. One of the more easier decisions for Owen Brown. 𝗂𝗏 𝗺 will pick up the wicket, but he went for plenty in that last over. He'll finish with 1 for 47. 152 is a very, very good score considering where the Kingsmen were at the halfway stage. They'd lost plenty of early wickets, But towards the end, that little flurry from Muhammad Ilyas really propelled them. And now, going into the halftime, they would think that they have something to bowl at. Run chasing hasn't been easy here at the Paramveer Sports Complex. And I think we're in for a scintillating game of cricket when the run chase comes back. An action-packed first innings, like I said in the beginning. It's been a seesaw battle. Two strong teams going at each other. Nobody prepared to give an inch.
Yeah, Shaw Faisal, we saw earlier on, Milan Kumar really give them something to go at. And in the end, it was left to the likes of Muhammad Ilyas and Zia will hack towards the end to give them a late flurry.
Who's going to throw to Brian or what?
We'll
You don't go anywhere. There's plenty more entertainment coming to you. The halftime show for the grand finale will be on very shortly. Plenty of music, plenty of entertainment coming your way on this very broadcast. So stay tuned. And we'll be back with Brian Walters conducting the halftime show for this year's final of Atlanta Open T20 tournament.
You will actually get jhatkas on your. All right, are we ready?
Okay.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Hassanji, for bringing me here. I'm honored and privileged to be here. Thank you so much. My name is 𝗬𝗛 𝗂𝗃, as you've heard. I'm a Bangali. I'm a Bengal থেকে, from Calcutta in India. And this is my 12th time in US. I have been traveling from 2023 for my gigs out here. I'm really, really happy to be here. So are you going to be with me for this short and light session? All right. Okay, guys, let's hit it. First track, please. Talia ho jaye. Everyone put hands together. দেখো মনে হচ্ছে পানিশমেন্ট হয়েছে। Come on, show. Come on. Come on, come on. Push forward, everybody.
Making the trip.
ये मेरी सांसें रुक रुक सांसें चले तेरी है तेरी मुझे प्यार है तुमसे तुझ पे ही तो मेरा जहां मन सारी सुकून मार के तुम मुझे प्यार है तुमसे तुझ पे ही तो मेरा जहां मन सारी सुकून मार के तुम गाड़ी के बागे कभी Put your hands up. तालियां कितनी चाहिए? I want to see all your hands together. Up in the air. Oh, beautiful. That's what I'm telling you. Come forward, guys. Come on, everybody. आप भी कुश्ती में इधर आ सकते हो। समझिए जरा आगे की नजाकत मेरी बहन समझिए जरा आगे की नजाकत बिखर नहीं जा सकती हसीनों की इजाजत बिखर नहीं जा सकती हसीनों की इजाजत नाज़िल तेरा Maybe it's not a very big crowd, but it's a quality crowd. Right, guys? All right. Are you up for some more? Yes? I want you really be dancing to my tunes. ये थोड़ा सा slow था, लेकिन अब से जो track बजेगा, ये थोड़ा upbeat होगा. So are you ready to dance, all the kids out there? Are you? And I also want you, the whole team, to be on stage with me for some of my songs. Are you ready? Are you? All right. Next reference. It's gonna take I can't go, raising the size of my body. That's the taste, thinking, connection. My body has! You're not supposed to stand like that! Right, guys? Put your hands on the net! Anthony! Drink that on the net! Get it! You got it! The back! Esther, yes! छोटा सा एक रिक्वेस्ट है मेरा कि आप लोग रखेंगे थोड़ा सा तो रखना ही पड़ेगा मैं तो मानूंगी नहीं अब since I've come down it's your turn to come up on stage so the whole team I want because काफी लोग हैं लेकिन स्टेज उससे भी बड़ा है so you can all jump onto the stage with me मैं चाहती हूँ गौरव थोड़ा सा इसको ट्विस्ट कर दो अगर come on onto the stage with me एक ट्रैक तो बनता है team है अयो ये तो बहुत ज्यादा है फीडबैक Yes, for the team's credit, we need you here. I think this is too much here. All right. क्या बात है? Why are you standing there? I want you to also on stage. Come on. No problem. Let's have the next track, please. हाँ वो यहाँ पे आप लोग कंफर्टेबल है कि वहाँ पे यहाँ पे अरे क्या बात है मैं यही सुनना चाह रही थी हाँ जी सॉरी आई कॉन्फ्रेंस Penny again I thought you would say 16 anyway that's too young I'm just born so trust me all right next one please हो जाए हाँ देखते हैं okay You guys are rocking. Thank you so much. And whatever time I got, I hope you all have fun. Yes? Thank you, 𝗂𝗃 for calling me here. I look forward to come back again and rock you guys another time. Till then, this is Abhinanda Sarkar signing off today. And all the best for your tournament. All the best for all the nice gifts that you have. And thank you so much. I've been pushing off to India tonight, but still my heart lies here. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, give a round of applause to that awesome performance.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we welcome you back to the final. We're ready for the chase. Wonderful halftime performance at us. Welcome back, 153 to win.
Yeah, I think, remember the last over went for 19 runs, and finally Kingsmen, after quite a lot of struggle, because at the half stage they were 63 for 5. So 152 in the end. I think that's not a bad effort at all. But looking at the strength of Clarion Eagles United batting, well, Kingsmen would need to make some early breakthroughs because they have one of the strongest batting lineup in this edition of the 2024 Atlanta Open T20.
Yes, Atas, you're right on that. Mukhtar Ahmed, and it looks like the captain Gomel has gone to the middle. 𝗂𝗧-𝗂𝗃, as expected, has been given that new ball.
You gotta use your frontline bowlers to the good effect if you want to go and defend this total. I like this field set. They've got a slip in place. So anything which goes in that direction, Rakeem Cornwall, we know how good he is as a slip fielder. We've seen him taking some very good catches.
So the stage is all set, asking 7.6, and here is 𝗂𝗧-𝗂𝗃. He's been good this season. And look at that, starts well, ball that beats the outside edge and goes through to the keeper.
Yeah, dots will matter because it's not a big total that they're trying to defend, and the more dots you can produce, there will be a pressure onto the batters. First few overs very important for both sides because you want to start well, and we'll have to wait and see who has the upper hand in the first couple of overs.
Yeah, big shot from Mukhtar Ahmed. You want to get among the runs. Has been subpar for him. Just 24 runs. Oh, a play and a miss. Ball goes through to Ramesh Raja Jr. So good start here from 𝗂𝗧-𝗂𝗃.
Yeah, good carry to the keeper also, Lenny. Because this surface is now dried. This is like very good. So the ball will nicely come onto the bat. So you, as a bowler, you really don't want to bowl in the slot. So he's got to be back of the length and top of the off stump. And that's exactly what 𝗂𝗧-𝗂𝗃 has done so far. Couple of deliveries, good deliveries to start the over.
Yeah, he's bowled with a bit of good pace and off the record. We were talking about the speed of these bowlers in this series. Into the onside, and things are on the way here. Mukhtar Ahmed off the mark.
I suspect that might be the one that is pace off the ball. Yeah, that will be also the key factor for especially the seamers. So first runs on the board, and Clarion Eagles United on their way for the chase.
152 needed from 117 balls, asking about 8 runs and over. We talked about Gomel 118 runs coming into the final. Mukhtar Ahmed has struggled during the course of this season, but his team is in the final. We've seen a couple of good balls here from 𝗂𝗧-𝗂𝗃. Cracked into the offside, and he is off and running, Gomel. And so both batters is off the mark. It's 2 for no loss.
Yeah, you can hear the sound of the ball on the bat. Really makes a really good sound. And that's the kind of sound that the batters will enjoy listening to because it's really nice. Straight away, one of the batters have asked to change his bat.
Yes, Athas, you're making the point that the nice sound of the bat from here, but according to Mukhtar Ahmed, he's not pleased with Awilo.
Yeah, the one that made the sound, a good sound of the bat was at the non-striker end because he's taken the single.
Yes. Look at that, slower ball, more pitched up, and batters can get liberty to score big. A couple of runs off this over, but this has gone pretty well for 𝗂𝗧-𝗂𝗃.
It's a tricky little total to chase. It's not a big total and it's not a small total. So you have to be a little bit careful and watchful initially. And then someone needs to play a similar kind of role what Milan Kumar did with the bat. 73 he made of 55, held the innings together.
Yeah, pushed into the offside. Completes a very good over from 𝗂𝗧-𝗂𝗃. 1 gone is 2 for no loss. So 151 needed from 114 balls. We talked about getting at about 8 runs and over. But Atas, we saw a very good innings from Milan Kumar. How special that one has been in the final match of the season.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at how the innings started for Kingsmen, 44 for 2 in the first 6 overs. But at the end of the 10th over, half of the side back in the hut, so 63 for 5. To be able to cross over and score 89 in the last 10 overs, I think is a very good effort. At least giving some chance to the bowlers to go and try to defend it. I know it's not a big total, but we've seen funnier thing happen.
So Mohamed Ilyas has been given the ball. And we saw towards the end that Mohamed Ilyas give the ball a couple of whacks out of the playing area, a couple of sixes in the last over of the bowling of Carmi Leroux. So here he is. Into the offside. Well stopped by the fielder by the ring. Saved perhaps 3 runs.
Nicely struck, but good cricket all around. Yes, speaking about Mohamed Ilyas' exploit with the bat, laid down the order. 18 of just 8 deliveries. He was the one who picked those runs in the last over and gave his side something to bowl at.
Yes, Hassan Khan. He's such a live wire in the field. They tell us some of your best fielders are placed in that area, high trafficking. Ball comes off. The new ball comes off quite quickly. Backward point. And there is Hassan Khan, saving 3. Good bowling here from Ilyas. Couple of good balls. And Mukhtar Ahmed. We talked about Mukhtar Ahmed, just 24 in the series so far. He will want to come big. How that plays on your confidence, Attar, when you come into these big games with just 24 runs in 3 or 4 matches?
You know, if you're a good player, if you're a player who feels comfortable even though you've not scored runs, you have to rise to the occasion. This is the final, Lenny. This is what it matters to both the teams, no matter who you are. You got to pull out your best. Straight to the fielder. Yeah, at the back of the mind, there were batters who have not been able to score runs, as you pointed out. Mukhtar Ahmed, 24 runs, nothing he has done so far in the tournament, but he can always play a good role with the bat. Important for him. Now what? He's faced 6 deliveries, but he's only picked up a couple of runs. 2 out of 6 deliveries, 2 runs to Aakarshid Gomel, the skipper of 3 deliveries.
Yeah, we've seen a very good start from the 2 fast bowler, Mohamed Ilyas and Zia-ul-Haq, and plenty to come if they want to go that way. Waqas Maqsood, another speedster, Anwar Ali, Hamad Azam could be the options for the seam to medium fast bowling. And then, of course, we've got the spinner, Usman Khadir and Hassan Khan. So plenty of options here. But in the meantime, Clarion Eagles have made a quiet start to this reply.
Yes, steady, because they know that it's not a big total. So initially what they want to do is they see the top order, especially the openers, lay a good solid foundation.
Yeah, Mukhtar Ahmed picks up another single, and Anatas, I've seen a bit of Mukhtar Ahmed during the course of the couple of years of minor league, and he has, from the last 3 years, being more of a refined player. I thought when I saw him about 3 years ago, he was really hitting the ball early. And I think in the last couple of years, he's refined his game.
Well, he cannot afford to take too much time to get himself going.
Oh, smacked into the offside, and that's the first boundary of the innings. And it's from Akash Gomel.
Yeah, the skipper. Post one, square the wicket on the offside with Toffa, and it cracks it away. Just away from that outstretched left hand of that fielder at point. It was in the air. And what matters is gone through the gap and gone to the boundary. So after 2, Eagles 10 without loss.
So Zia-ul-Haq will continue. First over went pretty well, just for a couple of runs. Seen a lovely shot from Gomel. Last ball to close out the second over. And we come into an equation that reads 143 needed. Oh, lofted into the onside. Runs here for Mukhtar Ahmed. And look at that. Goes away for 4. He picks up his first boundary.
When you see one of the batters picking up a boundary, it catches on, doesn't it? A little bit aggressive and good shot selection option there. Was a fielder a deep square leg, but it was in front of him, so he bisected that gap quite nicely, whipping it off his legs for a boundary. So a couple of boundaries here now. Last ball of the previous over, and now the first ball of this over. 8 in 2 deliveries.
And we talked about ball into the offside, finds the gap, and it will run away towards the offside. And they'll come back for a couple of runs. Didn't have enough legs to cross the ropes, but another good-looking shot from 𝗂𝗃𝗻𝗄.
Yes, 𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃 needs to be careful because you can't afford to give too much width on this kind of a surface. This is turning out to be a really good batting surface now. It's probably one of the reasons why the skipper from Clarion Eagles United, 𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃, who's in the middle, decided to bowl first. Turned out to be a good decision because the opposition only ran away with 153.
Yeah, better ball here from 𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃. So first over went for just a couple of runs, and you get the feeling it's early stage yet. And we talked about it's not a frightening score by any means. 153 to win. Asking just about 8 runs and over at us in these days of T20 cricket. Doesn't frighten you at all?
It doesn't. It doesn't frighten. Forget about me. It doesn't frighten anybody.
maybe Brian Walters. Yeah. In the air, fielder comes in, calls for it, and the first wicket goes down. 𝗂𝗃𝗻𝗄, he's gone for 9.
Well, that's the big breakthrough that Kingsmen needed. Posted scored 152, couple of boundaries, but he has the last laugh. 𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃. 𝗂𝗃𝗻𝗄 trying to heave one over the top of the infield, gets a top edge and a relatively easy catch. So, Clarion Eagles United have lost their opener, 𝗂𝗃𝗻𝗄. That's the wicket. You know, again, rolling the fingers over. It's the cutter. Went after it. Very easy, straightforward chance for the fielder at mid-on.
So 𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃 strikes pretty early in the third over. 𝗧 now walks to the middle. Another player we've seen potentially could have brought a lot more runs in the series. So just 63. And with his highest being 49 here at us. But we've seen a very good spell from 𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃. We saw 4 off the first ball, 2 through the offside. But in the end, he's picked up the wicket of 𝗂𝗃𝗻𝗄.
Yeah, if you remember the last match, the semi-final that Clarion Eagles United played against Knight Riders, the number 2, 3 and 4 batters were Akarshit Komal, who's skipper, who's opened the innings, Saif Badr, who's just come on to bat, and there's Mohammad Mohsin. Well, among the runs, everybody getting their act together. Now, nobody could go on to pick up a 50, but everybody played a really good role with the bat. Mohammad Mohsin was outstanding, 48 of 20. Komal, the skipper, 48 of 30. Saif Badr, who's just come on to bat, 49 of 34. Really get the innings going.
Yeah, they posted 197. We had to discount 5 penalty runs that was given to this team. So they ended up by 197. They won 197 to 153, and you're right on that. Seen a big knock from Mohammad Mohsin. Here is Hack. Gomel cut, and that's a good-looking shot. Running up towards the point boundary. Fielder comes around, and he does well. In fact, ball rolls away from him, and that's gone away for 4.
Yeah, a bit sloppy in the deep. They would need support from their fielders, especially trying to defend this total of 150. So 4 to finish the over. After 3, Clarion Eagles United, 21 for 1.
So Mohamed Ilyas will continue. 1 over for 8 so far. Still 132 to win. Asking 7.7. They're going at about 7 and over. And things are pretty much balanced here at this stage of the game. 3 overs gone at us, 21 on the board.
Yeah, it's the wickets that Kingsmen will need to look forward to, because if they don't pick up early wickets here, and they can walk away with this chase here, Eagles.
Yeah, we've seen 𝗧𝗏𝗃𝗍𝗃 yesterday. Got going, but what didn't last too long. You'll be hoping that he can really come up with a good knock.
Important knock. He played a 49 of 34 with a single boundary and 4 sixes. So he is one of the batters who likes to play aggressively and likes to take on the bowlers, especially early on.
Yeah, so many bowling options here available for Kingsmen, but for now, they've allowed 𝗂𝗚𝗃𝗃 and Mohamed Ilyas. Worked into the onside, running quickly. The throw comes in, not a good one. And that's another run here for the Clarion Eagles.
Yeah, it's going to be important to see when Hamad Azam, the skipper of Kingsmen, bring on the spinner, because I still feel spinners can have a bigger say here. Yeah, there's Usman Qadir, who's already picked up a hat-trick. Hassan Khan. They have got option. We'll have to wait and see when we see spin.
Yes, at us, 4 quality fast bowler in that lineup. Waqas Maqsood still to come, Anwar Ali. And then, of course, the skipper, Hamad Azam. Then you talked about Hassan Khan. He's been really good in this country. And Usman Qadir, who's been among the wicket, 22 for 1. Ilyas has bowled a good over so far. We have only seen a single. The captain out in the middle. He's been in good form. Gomel, and along with 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗍𝗃, they're going to form that top order here for the Eagles. Still some ways to go. 131 to win.
Pretty accurate in terms of line and length, hardly giving anything away to the batters at the moment. So very good from Mohamed Ilyas. Now, if you don't pick up wickets, then you need to make sure that you dry up the runs. And he's exactly done that in this over. 4 deliveries for 2 runs. Excellent work from Mohamed Ilyas.
Yeah, this has been another quality one. He's kept Gomel and 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗍𝗃 pretty quiet for the time being. Oh, look at that. Not too long. Up and over the offside. And a chase here from Milan Kumar. He can give it up. That's gone for 4.
That's a good shot. It's a good shot from the skipper, knowing that he was struggling to rotate strike. But this was maybe slightly over pitched. And his eyes lit up. And straight away over the top of that infield. Good shot. Good calculated risk taken. And it pays dividend.
Yeah, we saw Gomel also in the last final at us. Would have played for that Raiders Unlimited team. So he's appearing in his successive final in a couple of years. In this one, he's trying to go through the onside, and good comeback delivery here from Mohamed Ilyas. It comes to an end. 4 gone. It's 26 for 1. So it looks like a bowling change. 𝗂𝗚𝗃𝗃 has been given a break. And it looks like Waqas Maqsood. In fact, Anwar Ali Khan, he comes into the attack. And we talked about we talked about the strong bowling depth of these medium fast bowler. And so here comes Anwar Ali.
Now, they rely a lot more on seam, and you've already mentioned they've got some quality seam attacks. Anwar Ali in the attack.
Yeah, ball flicked away. That's a lovely shot from 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏. Picks up a single to start the 5th. They're going at 6.4. They need to go at 7.9. And they need 126 to become crowned champions in 2024 at this prestigious Atlanta Open in Rydell, Georgia.
Yeah, as long as they have wickets in hand, I don't think that there'll be any trouble. The trouble starts when they start to lose wickets. And that's exactly what Anwar Ali will be hoping He's just got into the attack.
Well, trying to go big, straight down the ground. Chase here for the fielder. He does well. The fielding has really been good in this tournament at us from all the teams we've seen.
Yeah, they've been pretty sharp. Pretty sharp. We've seen some very good catches. The chase down the ground in the deep has been excellent. Some lovely throw from the deep. Yep, pretty impressive.
And in T20 cricket or limited overs cricket, how important is the value of top fielding performance, top-notch fielding side?
Well, it can make a huge difference, I can tell you that, if they can get it right.
Yeah, sometimes how many times haven't we seen when top-notch fielding has backed up some average bowling attack from time to time? And it's always been about a team sport. And if there's any areas in which there have been so much improvement in the shorter version of the game, it has to be fielding.
It can make a huge difference, Lenny. A great run out, a great stumping, great piece of fielding, a really good catch can change the game on its head.
Oh, lofted it over the infield, and that has gone away 1 bounce to 4. Lovely shot from 𝗂𝗃𝗃.
Yes, skipper, just picking up the length very quickly. Yeah, as a batter, you want to be aggressive, but you want to also have a bit of a balance in terms of being aggressive and being caution. You've got to mix caution with aggression, and that is a really good way of doing that. Couple of deliveries that was defended, and then it was the length which was picked up nicely. Again, really good wrist work. This one down the ground. Lovely shot from the skipper. He gets going. 20 of 12 now.
Yeah, he's struck 4 fours already. 7 off this over. Look at that, into the offside. Fielder does well. That's brilliant fielding. Restricting the batter to only one. Asad Ali this time.
Yeah, that's exactly what we want to see. And that's exactly what we were talking about. Very sharp in the field. Setting a very good standard in the field. Oh, it looked like it was going for a boundary, but what a lovely piece of timing in terms of that dive to his right. Asad Ali, just a single. It just uplifts the morale of the team.
So brilliant work there from the man in the offside, Saad Ali. 8 off the over so far. Anwar Ali will bowl the final ball to Saif Badar, who's been kept quiet so far. And look at that, driven into the onside. That will complete 5. So 5 gone. It's 34 for 1.
Please. All right, sir. Thank you.
34 for 1 after 5. Circumspect start. But just the loss of 1 wicket. Khurshid Komel has been very good once again. He's been a very consistent batter for the Eagles throughout the tournament. Saif Badar, fresh from a very bright 49 yesterday. They have their sights on their big winning prize. 100k is the total prize for the winners of the championship, and Waqas Maqsood will also be eyeing that prize for his team. Settling in alongside me is Brian Walters. There's a big shout. The big shout. There was a cutter. Waqas Maqsood absolutely pleading. He cannot believe it.
We are a little bit far away, but I didn't see anything that resembled an edge there. And obviously, hard to tell, but there looked to be a pretty big gap between bat and ball. Now, it was very well bowled. It was a cutter, as you mentioned. Took the pace off, and that ball bouncing a little bit more than Khurshid Komel was expecting. But I don't think that there's any chance that that was out.
Yes, a bit of a daylight between bat and ball there. Even
Yeah.
you could see it on the replay. Good decision, Owen Brown. But Waqas Maqsood was on fire yesterday. The conditions are really suiting him. He'll take the pace off. He'll mix them up. And he's deadly accurate as well with his variations. This is a good contest. It's really getting into a very tough contest. Clearly see that on the replay. 𝗂𝗃𝗄 calls nice and early. Very good bounce there. 𝗧 was really scrambling. Have to see that side on replay to see how close 𝗧 was. Really aided by that good bounce, the fielder.
Yeah, we're a little far away, but again, we're relatively straight, but I think he makes that easily. But what it does do is tell you that the players in the field, the Kingsmen, are throwing themselves around. They're taking shies at the stumps. That will prevent, or at least put in the mind of the batters, that they need to be more careful. And it's going to be interesting to see whether or not that type of aggressive fielding has an impact on the way that the rest of this match goes.
At least putting the pressure on the batters. Just a while ago, Lenny was talking to Arthur about the standard of the fielding. You have to give a big credit to the outfields as well, because these are the kind of outfields that player would really feel comfortable diving around on. Nicely weighted on it, 𝗧. Just a single, but he was ready for that slow one from Waqas Maqsood.
These two don't need to do anything risky. 87 balls remaining, 117 runs needed. So they're needing to score at the rate of 8 and over. 8 and over with wickets in hand is more than doable. Now, there is the pressure of the finals, and that $100,000 will be on their minds. And so that makes you do things a little bit differently sometimes. But if you ignore all those other elements and just treat it like a regular cricket match, this should be a pretty straightforward chase.
He's gone up. Is it gone long enough? Yes, it is. One hand off the handle, but still went a long, long way.
That cleared the fence straight down the ground. My estimate is that it's about a 65-yard track from the rope to the stumps. So that's probably an 80-yard hit. 𝗂𝗃𝗄𝗃 Gomel is not a very big man, but he times it so well. Look where this ball lands, and that one-handed shot that lands clearly over the fence. That is a huge hit from 𝗂𝗃𝗄𝗃.
Yeah, I still have a feeling it didn't come off the middle of the bat. Such is quality of the bats these days and the strength of the batters as well. They spend a lot of time doing the heavy training. Good comeback. Waqas Maqsood is a very, very canny operator, very experienced. He does know his game inside out.
Definitely overpitched the previous ball that went for 6, but he corrects the length on this one. That was also slightly off, like a little off break that he bowled, kind of rolling the fingers over it, so that would have aided with the movement away from the right-handed batter.
The problem that bowlers like Waqas Maqsood can have is that they don't want to get too predictable. Oh, that kept low inside edge. That could easily have gone on to the stumps. Very, very lucky, Harshit Gomel.
Oh, fortunate instance there. 9 runs coming from the over, though. So good start. 4-3 for 1 after 6. So that man on the screen, Rakeem Cornwall, you talked about him a lot earlier as a batter, but remember that he's a tremendous off spinner. We are reminded of that by the great Keshav Bahadur Singh.
Yeah, that's the side of Rakeem Cornwall that we haven't seen in this tournament. He's just
Yes.
batted and chilled out as an impact sub. But today, when they were in a team huddle, I was just right around there and he was called into action because they feel the need that spin can be crucial here. So they've drafted him in and we might see him with the ball just a little bit later. This is Hassan Khan now into the action.
Importantly, I think they're saving him for when Mohamed Mohsin comes to bat. 𝗂𝗏 is a left-handed hitter, a power hitter. You saw him blast the ball to different zip codes yesterday. But the advantage of the right-hander to turn the ball away from the left-handed hitting 𝗂𝗏 is an element that you cannot ignore.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a point well made, Brian Walters. You want to give the credit to Keith?
No, I came up with that one on my own.
That's yours. Okay. Well and truly yours, Brian. Yeah.
Oh, so it's
Is it in the air? Oh, how close was that? Anwar Ali lurking. That could have been a crucial moment. Just away from the grasp of Anwar Ali. Once again, turn and the ball sticking in the pitch.
Exactly. Look at this again. A little bit quicker through the air that time, but still getting that that turn off the pitch.
Nice clip of the wrist. Hassan looking to turn that ball from leg to off. But Saif, because of his reach, he really got a big stride and got his hands out, so he doesn't allow the ball to spin.
Well, he'll need to be careful with that shot because any amount of turn and you get a leading edge on that, pretty simple catch back to the bowler in those circumstances. But he's done well here.
Yeah, if he doesn't get through to the pitch with his reach, then allow any chance for ball to turn. That cover fielder, which we've seen in action so many times today already,
Yes.
once again could be in the game. Oh, this is in the slot and it's gone. 𝗂𝗫𝗄𝗃 Gomel down on one knee, and he's deposited Hassan Khan over the fence.
Huge strike there to finish the over. 10 runs coming from it. Look at this replay. And just a little too full and too straight. It was landing on off stump, but at that length, you're not going to have time for the ball to turn. And look at where this ball pitches on this replay, just in front of that front foot. So that is right in the slot, as you mentioned. Easy shot there to finish the over. 10 runs coming from it. Exactly 100 runs needed for victory. 53 for 1.
Bowling options are plenty for Kingsmen. And one of their more wicket-taking option, that is Usman Khader. He's been thrown the ball. He was in sensational form yesterday. At times he can be erratic, but he's got all the tricks. I'm just seeing his warm-up. He bowls the googly, the flipper, the leg break. Actually working on a different type of googly as well. Full of tricks.
So for those who do not know, first of all, his father, the late great Abdul Qadir. Tell us a little bit, and you're from Pakistan, and this is played down the ground. It should just be a single. You're from Pakistan, and you're very well aware of the family and what they did in terms of action or accomplishments on the field. We'll talk about the transfer of skills from father to son.
Abdul Qadir was a great bowler. Probably can credit him with the revival of leg spin bowling at the international level. Because at the time when he came into the fore, that art was almost dying. Skipper Imran Khan, he gave him his opportunity and then trusted him. Abdul was a big-hearted bowler, the big hitters of that era. He took him on, the likes of Sarian Botham, Sir Vivian Richard. He used to love to challenge them. And then all the variation. Problem he had at the time that even the umpires didn't know what he was bowling, so he didn't get a lot of the decisions that later on the great Shane Warne started to get when he started to explain the art of leg spin and the flipper, the googlies and all that. Talking of a flipper, that was a flipper from Usman. And Usman is the youngest of the sons of Abdul Qadir. His elder brothers Salman and Imran has also played for Pakistan under 19. Imran was a leg spinner, Salman was a batter, but Usman took up the art of his dad. Chance, not quite. Nasty bit of return for the wicket keeper.
Ouch! That would have hurt. That appears to have hit him flush on the toe. That is Ramiz Raja Jr., who's struggling. He has carried a side strain recently. That's not the issue here. I think this throw hits him flush on the toe.
Have a look. The throw was bouncing right in front of him. And with the rough and bowler's foot marks, Ouch, yorked him.
Yeah, he yorked. He did get yorked, but my goodness, and we're chuckling. That there's nothing funny about that. A cricket ball hitting you flush on the toe, fired in at pace from that close, is not going to feel very good.
Yeah, indeed. But I don't know. You may know. Why is it that everyone else would chuckle and laugh when this kind of thing happens to one person? And you played cricket, I played cricket. It's happened to you, to me. We got hit, and
Sure.
others chuckled. And when others got hit, we chuckled. I don't understand why.
It's because we're awful human beings.
Talking about Ramiz Raja,
Uh-huh.
you may remember he got a throw. And when he was batting, he got hit by a throw.
That was not funny either.
Well, we all laughed, and we still laugh.
Yeah.
When I think about the picture, the way he's in his run, he broke into a couple of jumps in skips. That was really indicative of the pain that
But
didn't hit him instantly, but just like a second or two later after getting it.
Sure. Now, remember, even carrying all that pain, and he was too much in pain 2 nights ago to feel or to keep.
Yeah.
So he was in the field. The ball was on the boundary, trying to keep him out of harm's way. The ball was struck toward the boundary to his right. He sprinted and slid and prevented a boundary. Even as much pain as he was in, he's a really, really dedicated cricketer, really dedicated to the craft and to the team, and that's always good to see.
Yeah, and that brings us to the other side of these players. We watch them play. They really entertain us with their skill and quality day in, day out. We also got to remember what are the rigors that they go through, what are the pain levels, the pain barriers they have to overcome to be able to maintain their performances on that stage. This is really commendable.
Well, I believe that he's going to be fine. Just taking some time to, let's say, assemble his weapons of war, put the pads and all of that back on. 1 ball remaining here in over number 8. 4 runs have been scored in this over, so that's a good over economy-wise. But the important thing is that they're building a partnership here. It's now worth 41 runs. Wickets in hand going in toward the back end of this innings will be important.
Yeah, absolutely. As long as they have wickets in hand, that required run rate at the moment of 7.89, it shouldn't really worry them. What Kingsmen did themselves yesterday, chasing that paltry 70 odd, they kept losing wicket. So in the field, they would realize the importance of taking wickets, and that will really keep them in the game. The game plan is pretty clear for both the teams. What they need to do, go on and do it in a pressure game, is a completely other thing. And that is the intrigue and drama that awaits us. It's going to unfold in the remaining 12.1 overs. Finally, we're ready for the action. Usman Qadir. Sapadar will look to go for the second, but Usman is pretty quick. That is the over bowled. 8 done, 58 for 1. You can leave the 2 overs if you want.
So Shah Faisal, 58 for 1. Hassan Khan, the man with the ball in hand. Look at Rakeem Cornwall's fielding position. He's about 25 yards away from the bat at a very short mid-off. That ball leading. Remember the ball that was turning earlier? And that one turned also. But remember the ball that turned earlier when you reached forward and played that shot? And we said that's a good way to get the leading edge. You yourself said leading edge to cover. That's exactly why they just put Rakeem Cornwall in that spot.
Yeah, he's in the game big time.
Now, this is going to be too short to threaten that type of dismissal. They'll come back for the second run here. Good strong throw from Saad Ali, but they'll get the second without much fuss. So very much a mental game. The intricacies of what goes on apart from what you're looking at, can be very, very entertaining sometimes.
Yeah, and you'd think that Hassan started his over by bowling way outside the off stump, looking to get 𝗃𝗍𝗲𝗃 across before pushing that straighter one. He did.
That was the one. You are a magician, sir. I doff my cap in your general direction. So 4 balls remaining here in over number 9. This is going to be interesting. Cat and mouse game, if you will. Cut away fiercely. That should get to the boundary for 4. Well, and maybe just a little too wide and too short here from Hassan Khan.
Yeah, the length was a problem, although it was fired in, but was picked up really nicely by 𝗃𝗍𝗲𝗃. Good use of the crease, playing it late. And the placement was superb. Well, look how deep he went into his crease to execute that stroke. Just a little shimmy back.
So played into the offside now. Speaking of Rakeem Cornwall, who obviously is a very big guy, you would think that somebody that size wouldn't be very nimble, but he is excellent in the slips. Has taken several catches at slip and close to the wicket for the West Indies over the years. This is played straight down the ground. There should just be one. I'll tell you, this is a really good start here for the partnership that is now up to 49. End of over number 9. The score is 65 for 1.
The brain trust of Kingsmen has got together in the middle. I think they've realized they need a wicket here. Hassan is generally their bet to go for the wicket. He's gone for 17 of 2. And now Rakeem Cornwall, talking about his bowling, his fielding. Now he's been given the ball, and a breakthrough is the requirement by his skipper from this big man.
Yes. 49-run partnership. Again, I think the main reason that you can use him is against the lefty, but this partnership has gone on so deep into the innings that you can't afford to just keep him back without using him. So they're using Rakeem Cornwall here. If I know 𝗃𝗍𝗲𝗃 well, and I think I do, he'll be looking to hit big. Ooh, wrapped on the pad. Owen Brown thinking about it, and the finger goes up. Oh my goodness. 𝗃𝗍𝗲𝗃 is not happy, but that is not part of the equation. Wicket broken, or partnership broken.
Oh, yes. He's done the job. The first time of asking, very full, very straight. You could see hint of leg stump. Not quite hint, but the whole of leg stump. And 𝗃𝗲𝗃, it's only himself to blame for. It's a very good decision from Owen Brown once again. And a big breakthrough by the big man. Have a look at that leg stump right behind.
Plum in front. I'm not sure what the reason is for the disagreement. Look at this replay again. You can, as Jeffrey Dujon says, a man fixing his pipes could not be plumber than that. That is dead straight. That is hitting middle, maybe middle and leg. And unfortunate for 𝗃𝗍𝗃𝗃, he will be dismissed. And here is the moment in the match. This matchup is going to have everything to do with what happens the rest of the way. Rakeem Cornwall v. Mohammed Mohsin.
Wow, what a mouth-watering contest. And we said it earlier that Rakeem Cornwall has been included specifically to go against Mohsin, but he was brought in to break a partnership, which he did, and now he will be bowling to Mohsin. So the plan has worked perfectly for the Clarion Eagles.
Oh my goodness. What a moment in this match. There's a long on, there's a deep mid wicket, there's a square leg, and you're expecting for Mohsin to hit in that direction, going around the wicket, looking to drift it in and then have it turn away would be the idea. It's played into the offside. Kind of an athletic dive there, maybe 10 out of 10 on the dive for Hassan Khan.
He got a hand on it to create that confusion. Yeah, Mohsin is in line to be the most valuable player of this tournament. Contributions with bat and ball. And his performance today in this final will be crucial.
Punch down the ground. Should just be a single here. I believe that Kashif Gomel will continue, or will prefer the bowling of Cornwall to the bowling of Hassan Khan, because obviously he's turning the ball away from him. Hassan Khan whereas Raheem Cornwall will be turning the ball into him. And it's going to be an interesting dynamic to see what happens the rest of the way here, because that is going to be something that you have to watch for. Next delivery, reverse sweep over the top of the fielder, Hassan Khan, we just mentioned, coming right toward us here for 4.
Well, such is the confidence of the man, Mohammad Mohsin. The game is really hanging in the balance. Second delivery, no problem whatsoever. Goes reverse and gets it over the infield.
It's cat and mouse game that we talked about, because this ball is, oh, look at Lenny Achaibar on that replay, just that throwing arm straight out of the screws. Next delivery, off the back foot, plays to the sweeper out here, Saad Ali. I'll tell you, the cat and mouse game that you talked about, he went reverse sweep, which is a good option because the fielder is inside the circle, and that, I believe, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be something to watch for the rest of the way.
It's a good option, but Raheem Cornwall is very tall. Had to be wary of that little bit of extra bounce in the top edge. But Mohsin, being Mohsin, he took the chance, he got away with it, put the pressure back on the bowler, and made it a good over despite the wicket for his side. At the halfway stage, it's 73 for 2, and the required run rate is exactly 8 for the second half.
$73 for 2 after 10, Clarion Eagles, requiring 80 more runs. Full and hoisted over the ropes for 6. Lusty blow there from 𝗂𝗫𝗄𝗃 𝗂𝗪, the captain of this Clarion Eagles team, and a cardinal sin on that first delivery from Kadir.
Yeah, it's a poor delivery. It's a poor delivery. And it's a full toss, and he's not going to miss out on that. 𝗂𝗫𝗄𝗃 𝗂𝗪 has been batting for a while, and he hits it away for the maximum. He needs to get going. 47 of 28. It's turning out to be a really good innings from the skipper, leading from the front.
That's a better delivery from Kadir. Up in the air. Fielder coming around for the catch, but it drops just short of him. You wondered for a second there whether that would have been another breakthrough for the Clarion Eagles in terms of getting that wicket.
Oh, he would have been in trouble. He didn't strike it nicely. Remember the one before that went all the way for a 6. Yeah, it was not there, but it still went through the shot, and he's lucky that it's fallen no man's land.
He was going up with some more flight there, Kadir. First delivery was flighted a bit too much, as there was a full toss, but that's the right length he'll be looking to bowl. And quicker through the air this time. That's cramping. Mohsin for space. We know what potential he has with the bat.
Oh, yes. Last match, the semi-final, he smashed his way to a very quick fire 48 of just 20.
And again, quick and flatter through the air. You've seen the difference in the approach from Kadir to the two batsmen. To 𝗂𝗪, he's flighting the delivery, looking to get some purchase. And to Mohsin, he's just pushing it quicker through the air.
You know, if you're in the attack and the batter somehow managed to score runs off the very first delivery, which happened here. Remember, he hit a 6. So then the pressure really not on the batter's mind, because you can always look to rotate strike here.
And again, lofted in the air. Fielder coming around, and that's an excellent attempt at preventing. Well, in fact, he did stop the 6, and it goes for 4. So an excellent fielding attempt in the end.
Well, he's taken on Usman Khader. Looked at pretty decent shot, but in the end, so close yet so far for the fielder. He did manage to get hand to the ball. Yes, as you rightly pointed out, Keshav, he certainly stopped that 6. Otherwise, it would have gone. And it pulls it back, but unfortunately, the ball just rolls over the boundary ropes. It's turning out to be a good over for the Eagles.
Again, flighted, played alongside the carpet this time for a single. But what an important over there for the Clarion Eagles. And they picked up 13 runs in that over, just bringing that target down, making it much easier for them in this run chase. 86 for 2 after 11.
And also with that boundary, 𝗂𝗫𝗄𝗃 goes and picks up a 50, a very valuable 50. This is the final. And the skipper has put his hand up. He would need a little bit of support, but at the moment they're cruising along. 86 for 2 in 11.
Yeah, 𝗂𝗃 really has been leading from the front for his team. I recall in the third match that they played right before the playoff stage, there was a situation in which the Clarion Eagles, they had a early onslaught of wickets and 𝗂𝗃 just took his time, got into form, and you can see what it's doing for him later on. Cornwall again, look at the amount of turn on offer there from the right-hand off spinner. Started on or wrong off stump and ended up going close to that leg stump. Has tickled down for a couple of runs.
The big man, Rakeem Cornwall, will need to adjust his line and lengths. I don't mind the length on that occasion, but the line was down the leg side. Yes, there was turns. It turned quite sharply. So maybe an idea to bowl a little bit wide outside the off stump.
And just so right on cue. I think he's listening to you.
Probably has one of those AirPods in. Cornwall, all the way from Antigua. Rakatak, as they call him affectionately in the Caribbean. And again, just starting that line too straight, and the amount of turn carries it past the leg side for a wide.
Just keep an eye on the required run rate. It's just above 7. So really can't afford to bowl extra deliveries. He's done that twice in this over.
And that's much better from him. Starting it wider outside of the off stump, so any turn on offer would be safely within the stumps. And at this point, you would think, based on the Clarion Eagles just needing 62 more runs, they just have to go along in the same manner. No real need for any unnecessary risks or to take any chances in terms of their stroke play.
Yeah, don't really want to take any chances because this partnership now, 25 of 12. And if this continues with that another singles, another run added to the partnership, 27 now. So as long as they keep going the way they have gone, because if you bat for a longer period of time, you'll get opportunities. The partnership is 26, not 27. So correction here. Because there will be an opportunity. There will be a poor delivery, which you'll be expected to put it away.
That's a better delivery from Cornwall. Not giving 𝗂𝗃 any room on that occasion. So he's done well in this over, Cornwall, apart from the wides. Flatter and just played alongside the ground for a single. So the positive aspect of Cornwall's over is that he has not given any boundary scoring opportunities. The negative aspect is that he has allowed extras to be conceded, which has added to the runs for the Clarion Eagles. Another dot delivery to complete the 12th over, 93 for 2. Clarion Eagles requiring 60 at this stage.
Yeah, it's about how Kingsmen would need to increase the required run rate. And that's how you can create a bit of a pressure. But at the moment, 8 wickets in hand, well set skipper came on to open the innings, is well set on 55 of 35. Yeah, Mohammad Mohsin also know what he did in the last match. So this is the pair. And if they can break this partnership and try to get a new batter in, maybe there will be a bit of a pressure. But at the moment, as I said earlier, not a big total to chase. You can only go on to defend this 152 that they made by picking up wickets. They've only managed to pick up 2 so far.
And you just wonder if they might want to try something a bit different, maybe a bit more of an attacking feel. Just keep the batsmen thinking.
Yeah, it's just been too easy, isn't it? No real pressure. Maybe have one of the fielders that long on and long off to come inside the circle and see whether the batter takes the bait to go over the top.
It's a change of ends as well from Waqas Maqsood back into the attack. 9 runs conceded in his first over. And normally 9 runs in a T20 game you would consider to be a fair economy. But given the way that Maqsood has bowled in this tournament, that's considered expensive by his nature. He really hasn't given anything away at all. Been one of the leading bowlers, getting wickets and being very, very economical. Short and pulled away into the leg side for a single. Mohsin just oozes with confidence. Every stroke he plays, I'm sure it reminds you of yourself back in the day.
It is important to understand the role that is needed for his team, because it's the skipper Gomel who's been striking it nicely. So it's a good mix, because Muhammad Mohsin is dealing in singles, 9 of 8. So he hasn't played dot deliveries. He's managed to pick up runs on each and every delivery that he has faced.
And flicked down the leg side, but there is protection at that deep backward square boundary. And rightfully, as you said, the maturity of Mohsin is definitely on display. All of his previous innings, he has been explosive from the start. His strike rate, in fact, is around that 260 mark. Previously, in the 3 innings that he played, he scored 250s, and the last innings he was not out on around 48. Just goes to show you his aggressive nature with the bat, but right now acknowledging that Gomel is in fact striking quicker than usual, and he's just rotating the strike.
Which is absolutely fine. And also the fact that the last time when he went in to smash those 48 in quick time, they were setting up a total. So there's a big difference. When you're setting up a total, you bat a little bit more freely. But when you're chasing a total, the mindset changes, because they knowing that, yes, I've gone in and played few deliveries, I need to carry on and cash in. So you're a little bit more circumspect, you're a little bit more watchful. It can make a big difference while setting up a total and chasing one.
And this one is flicked finer of that 𝗿𝗫 square leg. Gets another boundary added to the team score and to his personal total. Akarshid Gomel, the captain, leading from the front. Badly lined from Maqsood. I think that first over just threw him off his line and leg. We really haven't seen anything of that sort from Maqsood for the entirety of this tournament. And straying in this over on a couple occasions down the leg side. Just look at how quickly he rotated his body, and very risky as well with the shot. Excellent from Gomel.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It releases the pressure because they're dealing in singles, and all of a sudden they find a boundary delivery and dealt with it nicely. 100 on the board, 101 for 2.
Outside the off stump, hoisted all the way down to long off, and it goes just past the boundary rope. 6 runs again. Gomel is on fire here.
Top shot to finish the over. It was in the slot, and he went after it. Lovely bit of batting. This is from skipper Akarshid Gomel, and a big over comes to an end. Eagles 107 for 2 after 13. How many runs? 9. He had 9 in the first over, right? So 70, no, 23. 9, also 15, 14. Yeah, 14 runs in that over. Just makes life a little bit more easier for Clarion Eagles United. Not chasing a big total. They now require 46 from 7 overs. And for the very first time, the required run rate has come below 7 runs in an over.
Yeah, just getting pedestrian-like for the Eagles at this stage. Cornwall resumes in his 3rd over. That's the exact line and length he'll want to be bowling to Mohsin. It's angling on or around that middle and off stump line and turning away from the left-handed batsman. Looped in the air, and Mohsin comes down the wicket. Doesn't get a proper connection. Fielder gathers but does not collect it. And it's a drop catch. Anwar Ali is it. And you can see Cornwall just with a wry smile on his face.
This might just hurt them because they're looking to break this partnership 42 of 24, relatively easy chance. I thought at one stage it was the bowler himself, Raheem Cornwall, going for the catch, but in the end they make a mess of it.
Cornwall unable to turn around quickly enough to get there for that return catch. And you just wonder if that was the moment that Kingsmen needed to turn this game on its head. Really would have been an excellent breakthrough at this stage, especially for a batsman of Mohsin's stature.
Yeah, important. I told them this might just hurt them badly.
Full on the leg side, swept nicely, but just a single.
Because you would want to see new batters in the crease all the time, and you can only do that if there is an opportunity and you grab it with both hands. We swept that away for a single. There is a protection in the deep.
And Mohsin this time takes advantage. Isn't that what they refer to as rubbing salt in the wound, adding insult to injury?
Yep, well, that's exactly what I meant earlier on. Dropped in the same over, and he comes back on strike and whips it away on the arms. It's a poor delivery. It's a long hop, and what a lovely shot that is. Off the back foot. He just packs a punch. He loves playing big, aggressive shots. And that's come from the sweet part of the bat to go for the maximum.
And again, go into that same area of the field, but this time along the ground for a single. You really cannot give anything away to Mohsin. 14 overs complete, 116 for the loss of 2. So Mohamed Ilyas is back into the attack after that expensive over from Maqsood from the same end. Starts off the furthest length delivery. Mohsin again just rotating the strike. Started off going at around a ball. Now he's up to 19 from 14. Reflective of his usual strike rate.
Now, how do Kingsmen get back into this game? That's what I'm thinking as a skipper. What they know that they need a couple of things. First and foremost, the wickets. And if you don't get wickets, then how do you manage to dry up the runs and stop the batters from getting those boundaries?
That's a much better line and length from Ilyas.
And also the fact that I haven't seen the bowlers trying to attempt to bowl a Yorker, which can turn out to be a wicket-taking delivery.
You really haven't seen any Yorkers. You have not seen as much use of the cutters as well. And you just wonder if the Kingsmen have left it a bit too late at this stage. They really need to try something different to see if they can get a breakthrough. Otherwise, the Clarion Eagles are more than happy to just continue getting the singles, waiting for those bad deliveries, hit away to the boundary. But someone of Mohsin's nature, he can turn a good delivery into a bad one. Backing away on that occasion. The bowler follows him, but still too wide past the leg side. And umpire Brian Kane signals.
And that's not going to help. That's not going to help the Kingsmen at all. I would like to see someone at least try to bowl a Yorker here because they need wickets. They need wickets. This game is going away from them. Now the required run is 6 runs in an over. So they can do it in singles without taking any chance. That's the reason why I feel that they need to do something different here.
Oh, swatted away powerfully from Mohsin. Did go straight to the fielder, but just look at the amount of power on that shot. My word. It burst past the fielder through his hands and just sped away to the carpet for 4.
That is a very powerful shot. He had managed to put hand to the ball, but even then, it did not stop that ball to go and cross over to the boundary. That's the shot. Yeah, on the front foot, a big slap on the offside. Really good bat speed. And when you have that kind of a bat speed, and when it comes from the middle part of the bat, then watch out. It goes like a rocket.
Supporters certainly enjoy that one. Oh, and the innovation comes out. All of the shots on display from Mohammad Mohsin. This time, just paddling that delivery behind the wicket for 4. Clarion Eagles continuing in their rich vein of form.
Yeah, remember when he started his batting, it took his time. He was dealing in singles. And all of a sudden, after that boundary, he tries to be a little bit cheeky and he gets away with it, playing the inside the line of the ball, going towards the off stump, and then just flicks it over. It scoops it. Lovely to pick up another boundary.
Cut away in the offside. Through the gap. It's excellent placement from Mohsin. 3 consecutive 4s. At this stage, it definitely seems as if Clarion Eagles are going to take the victory home.
Well, it looks like that they're in a bit of a hurry, isn't it? We got so much time. It's only the 15th over. And they've got really close. They only require 22 from 5.1 over. Another cracking shot. Not a great delivery, I must admit. Is wide, short, and gets the treatment.
And that's a better length delivery. You were asking for a Yorker, and finally, we have seen it implemented from Ilyas. Unfortunately, not the right line, and the batsman still able to get a single. Completes 15 overs, 132 for 2 at this stage. Clarion Eagles need 21 from 5 overs, required run rate of 4.2. What an exciting final we have had here at this stage in the Atlanta T20 24 edition. And I will kindly take my leave for the very experienced pair of Mr. Vinod Mamchan and Mr. Leonard Achaiba.
Sunderland. Just 21 required. And they would have dethroned last year's champions. It's going to be Cornwall. Looking to see if he can normally comes from a very high trajectory. Looking to dart it in like that. This time he's out of here. In the zone. And that one crashes into field number 5. 6 runs. Good afternoon, Lenny.
Yes, they are within 15 runs from being champions in 2024. And they'll certainly end a long streak of domination from the Kingsmen. We've seen them, Vinod, in many tournaments, the US Open, the Unity Cup. And of course, the Chicago Kingsmen having won the
minor league.
The minor league. So the Kingsmen brand has really been on the forefront of domestic cricket here in the US.
Big hit there. Just bringing it closer and closer. Crowd read. And at the moment it's 3.1 as this is slashed away. That's 4 more. So this is becoming child's play here now, Lenny.
Yeah, we've seen in the last over 3 4s, and from all the indication and the body language, the Kingsmen have really thrown in the towel. 11 more runs to get, and it's only fitting that Mohammad Mohsin comes towards the end here with a couple of 50s in the tournament.
Driving down the ground, that's 6 more. Well, 2 6s and a 4. It's just 5 required now, Lenny.
Yeah, we came into this over needing 22, and this has gone for 16, 6, 4, and 6 off the bowling of Rakeem Cornwall. And the presentation party is scampering to get things in place. One looked like they still had a couple more overs to work with, Vinod.
Yeah, look at that. On the ground. Bad delivery though. Full toss. In the air. And that's out of here. 3 sixes and a 4. It's the end of that. Congratulations to Clarion Eagles. They are the champions of 2024.
What a dominating performance we've seen from the Clarion Eagles with just a couple of wickets lost. And in the end, a massive set of strikes from 𝗂𝗺𝗻𝗄 Mohsin. Another 52 53s coming in to this final. And he seals it with another half century. Win for Clarion Eagles. They are the champions in 2024.
Yeah, well, they've won it. They've dethroned the champions. Congratulations to them. And of course, 𝗂𝗻𝗄 Mohsin has had a fantastic series. 𝗂𝗻 goes out there to congratulate the champions. And one must say that Clarion did play wonderful cricket. 𝗳𝗏𝗎 Chicksmawala couldn't contain her excitement at the winning hit.
Yes, Vinod, and what a win here for the Clarion Eagles. We talked about some of the favorites in the tournament, and in that conversation, the Clarion Eagles name will come up, but it'll probably come up when you talk about the other big team, the Kingsmen X, the Kingsmen United, the Knight Riders United. And then, of course, in that conversation, maybe the fourth, fifth team, you'll talk about Clarion Eagles. But they'll defied all odds, and they've really taken out one of the biggest team in the tournament or across America for the last 4 or 5 years. They've beaten the Kingsmen, and they've beaten them handsomely.
Yeah, easy victory. And congratulations to them. As you can see, the players greeting each other. But I think in a tournament like this, whilst Clarion may be the champions, I think cricket has won after this fantastic last week we've had here in Atlanta.
Yes, Vinod, and you look at 𝗂𝗻𝗄 Mohsin, he could put his hands up and be a prime candidate for the MVP of the tournament. It will be hard to beat his string of performances coming in all through the tournament. And look what he's done in the final. We talked about coming in. When you and I began our session here, we thought we had at least 3 overs of cricket left. It took 6 balls.
Yeah, just an over. We thought that, Rakeem Cornwall might have been able to bowl a tight over, probably pick a wicket, and look to just push it back a little. Well, he will not forget that over in a hurry. 3 sixes and a 4. It was finished after only 4 deliveries. So you're not missing any of the action, as we are going to just take a short break.
Yep.
When we come back, we should be across at the presentation ceremony.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for being here. Thank you and welcome to the post-match ceremony. We've had, I think, a wonderful ceremony, and so at the pre-tournament banquet, we had a lot of thanks that we gave. So we won't necessarily go through all of them, but I want to acknowledge every volunteer, every person who did what they could to make this tournament a success. So thank all of you very much for everything that you've done for this tournament. Now, we are honored to have in our presence today a man who is visiting because he's part of the Nepali national team. He's also coached the Rajasthan Royals, Afghanistan, Cricket Canada, and we'll invite him up to say a few words. Please welcome 𝗵𝗺cie. Nepal as well, and he's taking the scenic route. Thank you again. Hi. Sorry, sir. A few words, if you don't mind.
Sure. Yes. As long as my few words make sense. So well, you just introduced me that I visited here. This is kind of home for me for a while now. My first introduction to Atlanta City was in 2006 when I moved here for good with my family. But to fast track it to now, I'm back here and living with my daughters. But more importantly, to see cricket grow over here, and thanks to Hasanji to welcome me here in this wonderful tournament, Atlanta Open T20. And congratulations to the Clarion Eagles to win this tournament. I thought it was an exciting finals which I saw over here. Of course, Kings as well. They all did a wonderful job. There was a very tight game yesterday, which I saw. A low scoring game, but an interesting game against Atlanta Fires. But overall, just to see cricket grow, I think very happy to see that. And we all love this game. Somewhere we started this game as a child just to enjoy, and unconditional love is what I feel is very powerful for the game. And to see that over here with this wonderful ground, which is 𝗵𝗺𝗏 cricket ground over here. I know Jayesh as well and Hasanji for a while now. So overall, very happy to be here and wonderful tournament. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Desai. Pleasure to have you. And by the way, the reason that we're all here is because of the man who I'm about to call forward to say a few words. Excellent, excellent tournament. We were talking earlier about the fact that this tournament stands out among many as the premier tournament in the country. And for that, we can thank Hassan Tariq. Come on forward, please.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Coach Desai, for coming on our award ceremony day. So my speech is going to be short and lots of thanking, because without the people's help, I couldn't have done this by myself. So I'll start thanking my staff, my management, the match managers, Babu, Rahat, Ramsey, Santa, our team manager, Halim Bhai, Abid Bhai is here, Mamun Bhai been helping. So if I miss anybody's name, I am sorry. But Gustavo and the team, they've been the rock of this tournament. If you run out of water, ice, or the signs, anything falls, top level service. I appreciate you guys. The field owner, George Bhai and Bhabhi, thank you for letting us host this tournament every year in your beautiful ground. The ground staff, thank you guys. Umpires, excellent job. Photographer Robin, he's always behind the picture. I don't think he has any of his own picture. He's always taking pictures. The beautiful commentators. Attar Bhai came all the way from Bangladesh. Sheikh Rahman, our state senator here. Honorable Sheikh Rahman, thank you for coming. My family, my kids, my sisters, aunt. My mom is here, my beautiful wife. Anybody else? If I missed, I'm sorry. I want to thank all the team owners. Thanks for believing in us. Thanks for putting your money, investing in Atlanta Open. I hope we live up to your expectation with the standard that we put up. Our goal is to improve the tournament each year as much as possible. So we are open to any feedback and let us know how was your experience was. After that, I was just going to pass that back to Brian and let him conduct the prize ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hassan. So we've had a wonderful final today, but we don't get to the final without first getting through the semis. And so we want to acknowledge the performances of two people who helped their teams get to the finals. First, in the first semi final yesterday, the player of the match, 3.4 overs, if you can believe this, 4 for 2. Waqas Maksud. Yeah. Mhm. It's very well bowled, Waqas. And the player of the match for the second semifinal, 49 from 34, 1 4 and 4 sixes. Saif Badr. Well done, Saif. And so we move on to the tournament awards, where we will acknowledge the individual performances for each one of these positions. The best keeper, 8 dismissals, Rajdeep Darbar. And Rajdeep is not here, so we will have Halim, who's going to accept that on his behalf. This one? Yeah. Halim, I can bring it to you. No, he's gonna run. Yeah. I take it home. And the big picture. Thank you, sir. For the best batsman award, you saw him score a scintillating century earlier in the tournament, Shehan Jayasuriya. And I believe he is not here. Oh, on his behalf, we'll call forward Mr. Amir Siddiqui. Come on up. And these next two awards, probably not surprising that these men are in the team that they're in. Best bowler, 14 wickets for the entire tournament, Harmeet Singh. Harry. Well done, Harmeet. Oh, yeah, the main thing. And the player of the tournament, and you saw why this afternoon, 214 runs, 11 wickets, and 3 catches, Mohamed Mohsin. And by the way, Mohsin, while you're up here, again, the player of this match that you just saw is Mohamed Mohsin. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, give that old one back. Scintillating performance, Mohamed Mohsin. So we saw a brilliant match today. Played two wonderful teams, and unfortunately, only one team can come out on top. So the second team that finished second today, the Kingsmen, I'm going to ask all of you to come forward, please, to accept your trophy as well as the individual medals. Kingsmen players, come forward, please. In fact, I'm going to ask the captain, Hamad Azam, to come forward first and then call your players individually. So, Hamad, I'd like for you to call each player individually, if you don't mind. And yours. So the Kingsmen put together a wonderful tournament. This may be the first team I've actually seen, the first game I've seen them lose in about a year. But congratulations to you all for having put together a wonderful, successful tournament. You have a very well done, gentlemen. Okay, so the only thing that's left is for us to recognize a team that I think everybody will agree showed dominance, not just in this game today, but throughout the entire tournament. So congratulations to the Clarion Eagles. I am going to invite the captain, 𝗂𝗪𝗓 𝗏𝗪, to come forward, please. Yeah. So before you call your players up, 𝗂𝗪𝗓, just a couple of words about the tournament itself, your thoughts about how you did and how your team did.
Uh, Thank you so much. To begin with, I would like to thank every single person who has contributed in this successful tournament, right from the managing committee, curators, scorers, umpires, organizers, commentators, especially you, the cameramen. I mean, everyone, every single one. I mean, without their effort and contribution, I mean, it's very difficult to hold such a top level tournament. And all the teams, all the players who came here, who turned up, you know, it was really amazing to see everyone contributing so much without any complaint, to be very honest. That was really amazing. Yeah.
Fantastic. So I'll ask you now to call your individual players so that they can get their medals.
Nobody wants to come. Calvin,
Come on up, guys.
Jesse. Harold, Calvin. Thank you. Saif Badar, Mukhtar, Shinwari, Prathamesh Pawar, Dilpreet, Karmi, Wahid, the main man, Mohsin, Sujit Nayak, and last but not the least, Harmit Singh.
Well done. Well done. Hand it to them, right? You hand it to them. Yeah. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's good. So, one last time, let's acknowledge the winners of the 2024 Atlanta Champions and the recipient of a check for $100,000. Please, the Clarion Eagles. Very well done. And that concludes our ceremony, ladies and gentlemen.